Hello! Hello, and welcome
Hey.
to another episode of the Manifest Actual Play. Before we get into any of the actual play, I'm going to toss it over to Addie for announcements. Addie, what kind of announcements we got today?
Hey, some I didn't write them down, but we did talk about them. So we're getting closer. So our first announcement is that the once again, the pre-order store for Manifest is still open on BackerKit. You can find us at backerkit.com slash manifest the RPG. If you want to grab a hold of the last couple weeks of the store being open, and grab that core book before we put in our order for printing. Go to our pre-order store and put in your order. We also have some sick dice and pins available as well. You can also grab a PDF. Once the layout happens. So that's the first one, typical. The second one is that there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. And even in the gaming arena. So we wanted to give you all a few resources in case you needed or wanted to support some very good causes. The first one we talked about last week in sort of conjunction with the Black Lives Matter movement and all of the protests going on all over the country and the world. We are encouraging people, if you can, to donate to the Black Mamas Matter Alliance. Uh, they are an advocacy group for Black women and women of color who are 3 to 4 times as likely to die during maternity and the year after than white women, and it's an advocacy and educational group. If you have a couple bucks to throw them, they'd greatly appreciate it, and they're super great cause. Um, the next resource we want to remind everyone is out there is the Trevor Project. It is a support group for specifically young LGBTQIA plus individuals who uh, n- who may or may not be in crisis. They have education and resources. They have a great page about how to get involved in your local community to help out those people who really, really are at risk because of their because well, because and
Because
then
because people suck.
yeah. I'm trying not to be preachy, but yeah, they could really use their support. They're more likely to commit suicide or die because of the uh, negative mental health impacts of being quote unquote othered, even though they're not. Um, and the third one that we want to bring your attention to is rain.org. Um, it is a support system for people who are victims of uh, sexual violence and abuse. If someone you know or someone you know of is in crisis, you can go to rain.org. That's rain with two N's. This is of particular interest right now. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on with in the gaming industry about stories coming out from women in the gaming industry and how it's an uphill battle and it's made worse by some predators out there. So this is really important. They have a live chat as well as a hotline that's 24 hours a day. And if you are in crisis or you know someone who is, it is a great resource. So if you can give to any or all of those, we'd greatly appreciate it. We'd prefer you give to them more than you subscribe to us this month. So, as a reminder, you can subscribe to us. So there is a button up top, and it is um, it's $5, I think, to subscribe per month. But if you're an Amazon Prime user, you are able to claim one free subscription a month, and we can be that if you want it to be. The only thing is that you have to do it every 30 days. So if you are a subscriber, check to see if time is about up, and if you aren't a subscriber, check it out. Maybe it's for you. um the
Ask your doctor if manifest actual play is for you.
the next thing is that we have started doing updates 3 times a week to the Manifest Kickstarter page. We've been featuring a bunch of lore because we know that there's been a lot of delays, and we want you to know that we're as anxious to get info out there as you are to read it. So if you're interested in finding out about the crazy critters of Manifest, or some of the sort of character creation themes and options, go to the Manifest updates page, and we will be posting those Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, except for holidays. And in addition to that, there's more Manifest content on the internet because our our YouTube page is up and running. We've got 9 episodes of this live stream up and ready to be watched. So you can search Manifest the RPG on YouTube, and you can find us and hit that subscribe button so you know when we put the new stuff up. So yeah, and then once we get all caught up with that, we're going to try to put some cool other content in there. And now we have one final announcement. I swear I'm done. I'm going to throw it over to Tommy.
So this got spoiled for anyone who watches the Kickstarter closely, or anyone who's been active in the Discord. Amidst all our other announcements, we did reveal, when we announced that the YouTube was active and running, we revealed new character art. Character art for these 3 characters right here. Kate May is amazing. And actually, I've dropped a bunch of other links into the chat. I'm just going to drop her website into the chat there for everyone. Kate May put together some fantastic character art for everyone here, and we revealed it on the Kickstarter and on the Discord, but we are going to transition into a new overlay including that character art. So for any of you who didn't see it yet, here's a little reveal for you.
own manifest.
There it is. There's that sweet, sweet character art. And as you can see now, everyone has their character in the bottom left of their video screen. No character for me, unfortunately. It's still empty here. But
it's because Tommy plays no characters. We all know this.
So, yeah. Thank you again to Kate for her phenomenal work. We're so happy with these. And we hope you guys like them too. And without further ado, let's get into the actual play. So, Kinsey, Pax, and Roland are in the Badlands. Turns out a particularly bad part of the Badlands. They, after completing a long and arduously, just a very difficult task of getting the Cloud Cutters destroyed by killing Kinsey's father and getting the Riveteers reinstated so that they can return to Soldina, basically taking part in a war between two nomad packs. These three drifters decided they were done with that area and they were going to drift on. And so they began drifting east to, I believe their general destination right now is the town of Las Brasas, since they discovered a letter on a dead man that seemed to be written to his sweetheart in Las Brasas, kind of a farewell letter. And so they've decided they're going to try and bring that letter back to that town. It's a long trek, though, and they are way away from most other settlements. I think the nearest place of civilization to them now is Tobias Station, and that is quite a ways away. And while they were camped out, they found a plane that they started salvaging for some sweet, cool gear and supplies. And then something a little disconcerting happened. There was some Ache stampeding, and it was a little too early for Aches to be on a run. So the drifters investigated and found a dead Ache that Kinsey was able to confirm was killed at the hand of a snallygaster, a fearsome critter of manifest, large, terrifying, blood-sucking monster bird thing. And so they are worried about that. They don't want to be here anymore. But then Kinsey started getting worried about the fact that Umbra, his newly acquired jackalope, is out there somewhere. And so they started heading north to try to see if they could pick up on Umbra's trail. And at that moment, as I believe Kinsey and Pax were arguing, Pax waved her hand in frustration, smacked Roland in the face as Pax rolled a grave misfire, and Roland lost control of the vehicle for just enough time to scrape it up against the side of a rock, which popped off two of the anti-grav terminals that allow it to hover, and now their car is borked, and they are stranded, and there's a snallygaster somewhere, and it's not good, and that's where we ended the session. So what do you guys do?
Do you know what I just remembered? We didn't get paid by Soldina, you guys.
Whose job was that supposed to be then?
Probably yours. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get out and take a look at the damage.
Yeah. So you get out, the car is tilted, right? You still got one half of it that's hovering up above the ground, and the other half is pressed onto the ground. So you get out of the car, kind of a little awkward, drop down to the ground, walk around, and a cursory inspection shows you that the two hover terminals, they look like they're relatively intact, but the housing that they kind of sat in on the car body is totally shot, and you got to basically remake that. You have you can do it with the parts that kind of broke off. You can kind of refurbish it without having to spend any machinery cubes or anything like that. What it will take is time. Hard to say for sure, but it could be difficult to have this 100% operational before sunfall.
Sure. I'm gonna fix the car. You guys, I guess, do whatever. You've already killed the car.
Okay, if we're talking about who kills people's cars, this is your second crash. Just saying.
Okay. The first time, someone ran into me. The other time, a bunch of fucking jetpacks tried to kill us. The third time, it was just you, I say as I start welding.
While you two discuss this machine, I am going to go find my friend and hope that his heart is still beating. Anybody want to join me?
No.
Obviously, I was pointedly looking at Pax.
You're here all right by yourself, right, Roland?
I mean, I don't know if it matters either way.
Okay. Yes, Kinsey, I will go with you.
I appreciate that. So which direction should I head, I suppose?
Well, we were going north, so north seems good.
That's a good idea. Let's might as well keep moving that way.
I mean, I don't know. You're the
from north.
woodsy guy.
Yeah, Kinsey, if you want to try and pick up on Umbra's trail, if there is any trail to pick up on, you can roll survival. It's going to be pretty hard because you're not like working from the back end of a trail. You're trying to find any signs of a trail that you're like trying to catch up with. So, and as far as you know, you're probably ahead of Umbra by some degree. So, yeah, go ahead and roll survival. It's going to be at a -5.
Great. Well, I am an experienced traveler. Does that help me? Am I recalling an aspect of nature?
No.
Am I actively looking at?
You are actively doing tracking.
Great. Well, I'm probably going to have to use my in my element, but I'll roll first. But a -5, you said.
Yes.
Come back. Okay. Right. Perfect. So that's no hit. Right. So I am going to use in my element to try and get at least something.
Sure. Go for it.
So while he's doing that, I'm gonna take out bow, and I'm gonna like dig out like a trench in the ground, and then like stick bow like up on its side next to the trench.
Bow being the giant tower shield that you took from Bo the Bully.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be like, look, I know you can take care of yourself, but I don't think you can convince this guy, and by this guy I mean monster, to
The
just like
blood-sucking dragon.
yeah, if it comes here and you see it, get in the hole and put Bo on top of you. Put both arms through the straps and just hold on. and like also probably yell really loud and we'll be back by then. But don't hide under the car. It will kill the car. Hide under the shield. It's a shield.
Man, it just doesn't... I'll do that. It doesn't seem like it's gonna matter. I'll try it. If it does, great.
It might. It's better than not. It's either that or get in the trunk and hope it doesn't crush you in the car.
I don't think it would eat a car. Car's got no blood.
No, it would crush the car trying to get to you.
You can probably smell that the car's not an animal.
Yeah, but it could smell that you're in. Also, Kinsey's got all kinds of weird, fine stuff in it. And did you find out a way to go?
I'm going to go it strong. And that gives me 3 hits.
Woo! Okay. Sweet. So, do this real quick. All right. So, you're kind of walking around for a little while, trying desperately to get any sign of where Umbra may have gone off to, and basically you're not 100% sure. And then as you're kind of walking and like stressing out a little bit, you've gone basically as far as you possibly can from the car crash, while still being able to like maintain line of sight to it. And you're like moving up on hills and stones and trying to get a sense of anything. And it's just like, hard to say for sure. And then there's a strong breeze that comes from the north. And as like you're like about to give up, you get this like sense, like this like kind of scent, and it smells like jackalope droppings. And like you now have a heading. It's like northwest. Like you have the exact heading from like it was a very like distinct channel of wind.
Paxton, ready to go. Are you ready to go? Shield up. He should be.
Yeah, just it's gravity, so just pull it.
I think he knows how to work a simple lever, Pax. Let's go.
Don't panic, just pull it. Okay, let's go.
I mean, panic a little bit. It is terrifying.
God, okay. This is fine. Just out here with the blood-sucking tentacle dragon.
It's not coming out until nightfall.
Great. It'll be dark when it comes.
All right, Kinsey, do you feel like do you think we could jog?
Oh, absolutely. We should probably do that, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys...
Yes, let's roll.
You set the pace. You set the pace.
I'm not that much older than you, correct?
No, I know, but like, you're like...
All right, fair enough. All right.
So the two of you can either roll athletics or endure to try and
They're both great.
And resist fatigue as you try to like get a night like maintain a steady jog to try and gain some extra ground. Roland, if you want to try and repair this car as quickly as possible, you can roll. Normally it would be machinery or technology at a -2, but since you are specifically interacting with the hover modification, it could be technology, no modifier.
Great. It'll be that then.
Cool. I figured.
It's a good thing my armor is limited. Very excited.
The excellent quality Omni tool is a +1 in addition to the reliability.
Yes.
I'm so good at fixing. Yeah, I'll spend 2 grit to play with the gallery.
All right.
Play down to this 13.
Ooh, so it explodes. Get some more dice in there.
That's another 15.
Wow. I need more dice. This is amazing.
Pax fucking becomes a roadrunner? What's that? So many dice are exploding right now. This is crazy.
Yeah, get back whenever. I got 6 hits. The car's actually fine, guys.
Kinsey, how many successes did you get?
That was 2 successes.
Okay. Pax?
I'm not done rolling. Hold on.
Well,
Okay.
Okay. I have 6 hits. 6 successes.
And Roland, you also
So-
got 6 successes?
everybody got 6.
Yep.
Sure.
Well, Kinsey, good for you. The 2 was all you needed to avoid any fatigue damage from this jog. But like it's like you're not like you set the pace. It is a pace that you can maintain, but it is work for you. And there is a point like an hour or two into this like kind of like steady jog where you just kind of like glance over to Pax and like she hasn't even like broke a sweat yet. You are in like the sun, like it's rising up. It's like, you know, midday, like you're in the baking heat and like she looks super comfortable. You're a little flushed in the face, like got like, you know, sweat like soaking into your like neckerchief, and it's just like not great.
Do you want me to take your pack?
No, I've got it.
Sure.
Yeah, sure, yes.
Okay. Do you want to race to the top of that dune?
No, I don't.
All right, I'll meet you up there.
You get up there, she's like stretching her legs like a seasoned jogger. Like,
What, you don't have a cup of tea ready for me up here?
And Roland, you got 6 hits, so you're making exceptionally good time. You're pretty sure you're going to get this car put back together like before sunset for sure. You kind of sit there and you're like, all right. Okay.
This one's not broke.
Yeah. You're like, it's like the damage on either one like makes it so you can like fix it with like what if I wait, this one's bent, but now it fits on the back better than it fits on the front. Like you just like cut out like a whole like 6 hours of work just by like being like realizing you shouldn't put them on the same ones. You're like, yeah, I can reroute like the controls so that this one's now the back one because it actually fits there better now with the damage.
Yeah, if I've got time, you know, I've got some ideas of things we might use to outrun a big fucking tentacle mosquito dragon.
What kind of ideas do you have?
You know, if I could put like just like a black top over most of the car so it blends in the night, and then maybe like a delayed timer on a flare gun to just shoot it way over to the left, and it's bright and interesting.
Yeah, so you can definitely get you finish like well into the day. You know, Kinsey and Pax have been running for a decent amount of time now. It's like late into the afternoon. You finish your work and you're like, I don't think I should go because then it's like, you know, if I'm not here when they come back, it's probably bad.
Oh, I don't have that thought at all.
You're just gonna try and drive the direction that they went?
Oh no, I'm gonna wait here. Listen, I don't possess the skills to track them through the desert if at any point the trail becomes non-obvious.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, well I have some time to kill, and so what you do is you have like some spare paint in the in like the trunk, and like you touch up the side of the car, right? You're like, well, you know, might as well. And so you touch it up so it looks a little less scraped and beat up. And then like you like get the idea as you're sitting there with the paint bucket, you're like, wait a second, hold on, I could do something with this. So you scrounge around into like your different like tech and first aid cubes and stuff like that without using any materials that like would diminish the quality of those cubes. You don't have to spend any cubes, but just getting little bits, you're able to kind of like, you know, you're like, okay, so it sees at night, so it's like either something like reflective or thermographic is somehow how it's probably doing it. So let's see what I can do to like mess with that. And you like kind of like create like an epoxy like polymer type thing that you like infuse with the paint, and you put like a second paint job on top, like a clear coat on top of the car that like effectively like reduces its like heat signature, as well as makes it so it reflects light worse. Like Pax's like night vision goggles are like in the trunk, and you pull them out and you like try to look, and it's like it like doesn't reflect like the sun back at you as easily. And so that will give you some bonuses to try and avoid being seen at night with this car.
Great.
You're not sure about the longevity of it, but you do know that like it's definitely good for this trip.
Sure. And you know what it's really gonna do? It's really gonna seal that paint job, because driving through the desert is just murder on like a nice a nice, good detail.
I love the point of it. Like definitely in order to do this, you would have had to wash the car. So you finish with enough time to like you take off all your clothes, like tie a shirt around the top of your head, and then you like do a car wash scene. And just completely clean the car. You're like, they're still not back yet. Okay, and then you like put on a layer of paint, just like with a filtration mask on. You're just like spraying new paint on the thing.
Should I just put like a lizard on the side of this? No, that's too much.
Meanwhile, Kinsey and Pax. You're jogging throughout the day. Kinsey, you rolled well enough on your survival to like not have to roll again as you're making good time in that direction. You still like every once in a while like the wind shifts and like you like kind of like half instinct, half like pick up like a musty scent or something on the wind. You're like, okay, maybe he's this way now, and you like kind of like are still heading more or less in that same direction, but like inching a little more west with every hour, kind of changing your heading slightly to run a little bit more west each time.
Judging from the sign, do I think I would be within the range of scent of Umbra?
Potentially, if the wind... if you're able to smell Umbra, wherever Umbra is, if the wind picks up correctly in the right direction, Umbra should be able to smell you, yeah.
Cool. I'm going to take out just a little bit of rope ride jerky, and I'll give some to Pax as well, and say, let's keep a short distance. Maybe I don't know. Do you use feet on manifest, Thomas?
Meters.
Meters.
It's whatever.
About a distance of 20 meters. Just try and spread it out a little bit. This is his favorite. I use the Munson spice blend of it, of course.
It's for the Umbra.
Did you already eat yours?
No, it's fine.
Do you need another sting? Just take this.
Okay, great. Because like I'm burning like a moderate amount of calories, so like.
No, that's fair. Just as long as we're focusing on the. All right, I'll. I guess you don't need to wait up. I'll catch up with you.
I swerve. I swerve 20 meters in a different direction, and I've got like both sticks in my hands, so like maybe I'll,
yeah,
like,
wafting it around.
I don't know. It's like sage, I guess. Just like.
Yeah, and Pax with your. Oh no, I'm Pax now.
Good deal.
Pax, with your 6 in athletics before, you kind of like you're running with the thing with the stick of meat, and Kinsey's kind of running over there, and you look and you see like, okay, well, I can maintain line of sight with Kinsey if I go up on that ridge there, and I might get better line of sight. Might as well. And so like Kinsey from a distance, you see as like Pax kind of like while she's jogging, like glances over to you, glances over, and then like with like 3 like leaping strides, like gets enough momentum to jump up onto like a kind of like jagged rock, and then like kind of like parkours her way up an almost completely sheer slope onto like the top of this like kind of stunted plateau. That's like a good like 20 or so feet up in the air, and she just like casually gets up there.
How does somebody who spends so much time in a car have such good stamina? I don't understand.
I wish I had that belt that Roland has, and I could jump up and jump down. It'd be so fun. Oh man, that would be great. Parkour.
And as you're kind of running that way, you see there's like cracks throughout like this thing. You're like leaping over them and running and keeping an eye on Kinsey, making sure he doesn't need to signal you to like take any like other alternative routes or anything. And then Pax, like you're watching Kinsey. Go ahead and roll an observe test for me, Pax.
Yes, I am so bad at that. I can't wait to fail. This is exciting. Gonna get some sparkle dice out. It's gonna be amazing. Oh, I'll use these. Heck yeah.
Make lunch.
Possibly.
Oh man, there's so many fireworks going off in our neighborhood right now. Hey, that's a hit. That's not a hit. That's a hit. Okay, well, I didn't get any high numbers. I have 2 successes with a high of 9.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, Pax, you're running, you're watching Kinsey, you're running, you're watching Kinsey, and then like you kind of like get to the end of like the plateau, then it kind of veers a little bit to the left, and you're like, okay, well, if I'm going to keep on trajectory, I should probably like drop down. You glance over to see Kinsey to make sure he's still going in the same trajectory, and you don't hear the movement behind you, but you do almost spot it just in time to turn and see a massive figure leaping at you. But with your 6 in athletics, you are quick enough on the draw to throw your meat up in the air, and Umbra flies over your head and snatches it out of the air. And then as Umbra's dropping down, you're like, yeah, sure, why not? And you jump onto the back of Umbra, who lands on a rock, jumps off onto another rock, and then lands on the ground and starts running towards Kinsey.
Sick. I'm glad it drives itself.
Yeah, you're like holding on. You didn't quite land like on the saddle. You're just like holding onto the saddle from the butt, like just like holding onto the like the little back brace.
I'm like those like the rodeo people who like jump from one side to the other, like doing the like kick. Yeah.
You're sketching on the back of a jackalope.
Yeah. So you're like hanging on, and Umbra gets you down, and then runs over. Kinsey, you turn and see that moment as Umbra like lands down with Pax like grabbing onto his back, and he quickly closes the gap between you and Pax and like runs right at you and just like mouth open like snatches the meat from your hand.
All right, watch it.
And then he's just like with a big ear just like hits you in the face.
Where were you? And I throw my arms around his neck. I was like, I was so worried about you. You didn't even know what's out here right now. Yeah, you have no idea what's out here right now, do you? All right. We should probably head back before it gets... No, come here. Come on. No, let me...
He stops.
This is why I need to keep him within eyesight. He gets very excited.
And then puts his butt down. Pax you almost like fall off. He's looking at you.
I guess we should head. We should head back. Yeah. Let's, do you want to sit out here on the saddle?
Well, I was leaving room for you.
It's a saddle built for 2. I mean, you just have to sit on this.
Right. You could like get in front and then like.
Fair enough. May I ride you, sir? Are you prepared?
Umbra looks at you, like twitches his ear a little bit, twitches his nose a little bit, and then like inches towards you and like kind of presents his side.
I shove his snout just like playfully, but like hard enough so that he knows I'm annoyed. I hop on.
As soon as you get on,
scramble up behind.
He leaps forward, kind of like circling around as you kind of get on the reins and you pull, and then he like you set him in the direction and like kick, and he just starts flying back towards the direction you came from. Roland, the afternoon continues going. You've just finished your coat on the car. You've like tested it a little bit with the night vision goggles. You're like, okay, this seems to be good. And you're just kind of like sitting there, a little awkward. It's like late afternoon at this point, and that's when Kinsey and Pax manage to return on the back of Umbra. You see the sun is getting relatively low in the sky, and they crest over a hill, just like flying towards you on the back of this dark black and brown furred jackalope. They like big leap, lands down, kicks up a bunch of stones and dirt right next to you, and then Umbra looks at you and like looks around and like nudges your food pack, Roland, with his nose.
Okay, yeah, I see. It's every day then. I can do this.
Yep, we found him.
It's a pretty good racket you've got there, Umbra. Okay, what do you say we get the hell out of here?
I think that's a fine idea. And Pax, I said to her as she's climbing down. I'm sorry for blaming you for losing Umbra. It obviously wasn't your fault. I should have been paying more attention. I'm sorry.
Kinsey, you just apologized. I'm so
You've taught
proud
me
of
well.
you. Aw.
Yes. Thank you.
This is a very touching moment. There's a mosquito dragon that wants to eat us. Can we go?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Let's. I'll ride on Umbra just to make sure he doesn't get lost again.
I don't want to go slower than as fast as I can go, and as fast as I can go is faster than your jackalope.
So what? Do you just want him to hop on top of the car, or
Might work.
You'll go slower. You'll go slower than you would if you were trying to keep pace with a jackalope.
Okay.
tell you
Well,
what, if you need to haul ass, as they say, I'll just follow you then. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I haven't dealt with the Snallygaster before, but I've met somebody who has, and he gave me some notes.
that's good enough for me. I believe in all of us. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so Roland climbs into the Kingslayer. Kinsey stays mounted on Umbra. Pax, are you getting in the Kingslayer?
Yeah.
Okay.
In your pillows, yeah. So.
Yeah, I know. That's why. But I can probably fight better from the Kingslayer than I can from a rabbit. Though
I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, I do have the talent Cavalier, but it's up to you. I mean, it does have your pillow.
If you know what? If we see it, try to get to the car and I'll jump over because you're like way more open and vulnerable.
I appreciate that, and I know how good you are at jumping from cars. So
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess let's go.
Great.
right to the
Wait, no, never say that.
Sorry, I'm still getting used to not being part of the of a gang, of a nomad pack.
So you guys continue heading eastward. So Roland, you're trying to go as fast as you can. Kinsey, you're also trying to go as fast as you can.
Yes.
Okay. Let's have you both roll. This isn't opposed. This is kind of. They're two separate unopposed tests. Speed tests. So you get to add your speed modifier at top speed for your vehicle.
Great.
And can I use man's best friend for this so I can roll survival instead of my jackalopes?
This is just this is wrangle for you.
Hey!
Yeah. Because you're controlling the vehicle with the speed test.
Can I use my wrangle, right? Yes, it is wrangle no matter what. Sorry about that.
But the attribute is your tenacity, not Umbra's.
Yeah,
body or-
that talent changes his skill targets when he has to do a thing with his attributes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my god. This is maybe the easiest up to 17 I can get. And this is such a good roll for having the highest target possible. And see, that one even knew that technically my target is 18, but 18 is always a failure.
It's 3 hits.
Okay.
4.
Cool. So yeah, you're going off. The jackalope is incredibly fast, just not quite as fast as the hover car, obviously. And so you're able to, like, it's pretty flat land, so you're able to see the, like, car for quite some time. You actually haven't lost sight of it yet. I would say if you guys were in a chase scene, Kinsey, you would be at extreme range to the car.
Sure.
But I do need Umbra to keep up this pace. Umbra does have to roll an endure test, so that would be using Umbra's body, and then yeah, your man's best friend would allow you to make the target number equivalent to your wrangle.
Perfect.
Which is better because Umbra's body is not that great, so the target's got to be higher with your wrangle, presumably. If your wrangle's
Absolutely
higher than 9. Yeah.
If I'm rolling body is 5, so I'm rolling 2 dice.
3 dice, no reroll.
3 no reroll.
And then the target is your wrangle.
Yes, my wrangle. Perfect. Am I still doing more speed? No, it's an indoor. Never mind.
Yeah, this is no longer the speed and handling only comes into play when you're opposed to other vehicles. It's a relation thing in relation to other vehicles.
All right, so that's 2 hits then.
Okay, cool. So Umbra actually doesn't take any damage, keeping this pace for now. And this goes on for quite some time. Roland and Pax, with Pax's night vision goggles, you're able to see, like, way off in the distance this little speck kicking up dust, which is Kinsey and Umbra behind you. As you're continuing to go, and it's just getting a little bit smaller every time you check. And at this point, the sun starts truly setting. It's like, definitely twilight time now. And I'll have you guys each roll another speed test to see how much further Roland and Pax get from Kinsey.
Right.
That's another 4 hits.
Okay.
All right. Still only 2 hits, but not bad. No, I have a reroll. No, I don't. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay. So, Kinsey, at a certain point, as the night gets, like, the sky gets a little bit darker and a little bit darker and a little bit darker, the lights from the car crest over the horizon, and you lose sight of it for a bit. Pax, you look back and you see as your line of sight to Kinsey is broken, as you've pulled far enough ahead of him. Kinsey, go ahead and roll another endure test for Umbra.
Sure. Perfect. Three hits.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, 2 hits. Shit.
So Umbra will take 2 damage directly to his hit points as he's getting a little worn out now.
Fair enough.
And at this point, it's proper nighttime. As you guys are driving, Roland, your line of sight is limited unless Pax gives you her night vision goggles. But you are now traveling through the Badlands in the middle of the night. And Kinsey, same for you. It is you got the light of the moons and like it's kind of cloudy, so it's not a perfect night for visibility, but like still that is the time of day it is.
I'm going to give Umbra a flick on one of the ears and say, keep your ears out, old boy. Something might be flying down upon us. Nice if you could notice before I do.
Sure.
Hey, Roland, I can't see them anymore.
Do you want me to slow down?
I mean, kind of.
Okay.
I just I'll take. Listen,
No. My wish is that the jackalope was faster. Right? As I am slowing down. It's not that I want to leave them behind. I want Umbra to have skates.
Kinsey, go ahead and roll an observe test for me. It is the middle of the night. So you are going to be at a minus... six.
What? Is that necessary?
the moons are out.
That they are.
Dang.
In the heat of the twin moons. Shoot. Right. Well, should I spend my last grit on this?
If you think it means
I think I'm going to.
your last grit to not die later.
You know, I suppose that's also true. Tell you what, I'm going to spend one grit to make my own luck.
Okay.
Well, it's still only one, a success with a high of 5.
Okay, you can also, you told Umbra to keep an ear out, and you and Umbra are linked well enough that he kind of like seems to feel your tension, like his ears, like while they're flying behind him in the motion of his running, are kind of like arched at the like the base of them to kind of like allow sound in, and you do see as he's like looking around. So yeah, I believe his instinct is much better.
Yes.
Yeah, so he rolls instinct for that. So you get 5 dice, no reroll, and then either his instinct plus 4 for the target, or if your wrangle is higher than that number, you wrangle.
No, it will be his instinct plus 4. I don't know why I keep rolling with my left hand. I think that's bad juju.
Well, if you...
It's so you don't fling them out of the box.
Right.
believe Catholicism would roll bad from your left hand.
Right. All right. Well, that's 3 hits with a high of 6.
Okay. Kinsey,
caught unawares.
You're riding as hard as you can. The track ahead of you is easy enough to see in the dark that you don't feel like you're going to lose your companions anytime soon, even though you can't see them. Roland and Pax, you kind of slow down a little bit. And what was your highest, Kinsey, on your observe test? I know.
5.
Okay, 6 and 5. Okay, yeah, there's just no way around it. Kinsey, the night grabs you.
I hate that. I don't know why I'm
Suddenly, no goons in the Arkham games feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, Kinsey, you're riding, you're looking around. Umbra's like kind of like catching on to like your nervousness and is looking around. And you're both riding as hard as you can. And then like you look back and you see like darkness around you. You see like, the stars and everything. And then like the shadows in front of you, or like the shadows behind you, like in front of your face as you're like kind of turning over your shoulder. Like it's just dark night. and then you see not movement in the shadows. You see the shadows themselves move, and then a mass of tentacles reaches out, and you're like, oh no, and you try to raise up your hand. It just grabs your hand, and it's way stronger than you are, so you get pulled off of Umbra. And Pax and Roland, you slow down enough, and you see a riderless Umbra running, starting to stop. Umbra notices that Kinsey is removed from his back, but basically you see Umbra hop, and then you don't see Kinsey on the back of Umbra, as Umbra kind of is trying to slow down by jumping in a different direction.
And as I'm being pulled away, can I shout?
Yeah.
And I just shout at Umbra, "Run, you stupid animal!"
Yeah, go ahead and roll a wrangle test.
Okay.
And what's your highest?
Highest is a 12.
Hey, nice. How many next successes over an 8?
1.
Okay. Yeah, so you yell like as you're being pulled and the shadows wrapping around you, you shout that out, and Umbra, who has kind of hopped to the side to get a line of sight of what's going on behind him, sees and just hesitates for a second, kind of bouncing sideways away from the thing, and then turns back forward towards where Roland and Pax were, and with a burst of speed continues running in that direction. And as you're getting pulled back up into the air, Kinsey, you look and the shadows begin to slip away, and the form of the creature that has you begins to come into sight with in the light of the moons.
Really didn't need that reminder.
Focus.
Tentacle, mosquito, dragon.
There it is.
Yeah, you're right there in its little beard.
The pixelation of that made it all the more terrifying. We could see it, and then we could see it.
Where the body and wings are still blurry, which I imagine they are from its shadow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you're getting you're being pulled up off the ground as this thing kind of glides near the ground, holding on to you. You are grappled with, I didn't actually roll to see what kind of grapple since you don't get a defense. So let's see how bad a grapple it is, because that will matter. It could be worse. You are in a. It could be worse. It's a rating 3 grapple, so you're at a -3 to basically all actions, as this thing has you by multiple limbs, has the tentacles are wrapping around you, and you can feel them pressing onto your clothes, trying to find anywhere that they can start sucking your blood.
Perfect, great.
And this thing, no sound. You see it move its wings, and there's no sound as it glides along the ground, trying to you feel the tentacles are moving you towards that massive beak.
Oh, it's gross.
As it's one tentacle lets go and the other tentacle grabs on to kind of roll you through as you're struggling. And
I'd love to deploy my grapple spikes if I can.
You will when it's your turn in initiative. Let's all roll initiative.
There it is. I was hoping I could slide it in before that.
You spent instead of getting to do that, you told Umbra to run.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Such a dramatic moment for such a small sneeze. Did anyone get better than an 8?
I
got
an 8.
I was definitely.
Roland, did you also get an 8?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your awareness attributes?
-7.
Okay.
-6.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got really good at initiative real quick, right in the middle of that car chase down that Death Valley.
And Pax?
Eh? Uh, 7.
Okay. So the Snallygaster goes first. Yeah, Kinsey, you're trying to like get your bearings. You're not quite getting flown up into the area. It seems like the weight of you is keeping this thing kind of gliding for the moment. It moves you closer to that beak, and that beak is going to try and get a hold of one of your legs. So you can go ahead and roll a defense test. You are at a -3.
Great, awesome.
How large is this thing?
You can't quite see it and Kinsey yet, but Kinsey can see. This thing is very large. Like, Kinsey fits on its chin there.
Okay. Yeah, no, that wasn't like for Roland's purposes. I'm just curious.
Yeah. That wingspan is like huge.
Is this a dodge?
Yeah.
Does my -1 affect the roll
Oh yeah, for your
from
armor.
my armor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Awesome.
Makes it a total of -4.
Okay. Awful. I don't have any grit anymore, so I can't do that. Well, I've got 2 1s.
Oh, that is awful.
I've got 2 9s and 2 1s. I could have played to the gallery if I had not spent all of my grit already, but that's the way it goes.
Okay, so Kinsey, I imagine this might be a situation where you take an injury, as you take 9 damage directly to your hit points, ignoring your armor. Ignoring your armor entirely.
I am going to take that damage and shrug it off.
Oh, you have to shrug it off. All right, cool. So you cut that damage in half using the Shrug It Off talent. So that drops it down to 4. So you take 4 damage directly to your hit points.
Oh, sorry. I'm actually wrong. I have, where is it? What's the actual name of this skill?
You have the one where you just heal 10 hit points once a day, right?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Second wind.
Cool. So you take the 9 damage direct to hit points and then second wind to keep it going. Yeah. So, but that does
so much more blood than the average man.
So, but what does happen is it does get a hold of your leg, like a meaty part of your thigh, as you get like kind of pulled up into the side of its mouth, and the beak kind of catches on your ankle, and then those like 2 little fangs, well not little, but those 2 fangs like slide down and puncture your leg, and then blood starts like pouring out of your leg, and as it does, smaller tentacles like start grabbing and just like sucking up all that blood as it's pouring out of your leg. It starts like getting on the wound.
Ow! Don't do that. No, thank you.
And you just kind of compartmentalize that pain and focus on getting out of this. Okay. Next up is Roland.
Okay, well, the thing is if it had been Umbra and Kinsey, I could have just kept going. But it's not. It's Umbra without Kinsey. Now we gotta turn around.
Sure.
We're gonna turn around.
So you pull like a J-turn, swinging around, and what you're gonna try and change your distance to try and catch up to where Kinsey is. All right.
Yeah, I'm also gonna. I don't think there's like any rules or mechanical implications of this, but I will like slide down the hard top of my convertible so Pax can shoot at it better.
Yeah.
I've already dove into the back seat and just pulled it down, so all my weapons are just laid out right there. I'm just gonna pick what the best tool for the situation.
It's almost like I've designed this car for Pax to kill people from the back of it. So it's speed?
Yeah, you are, this thing is flying away with Kinsey, so you are trying to close the distance, or change your distance. You are at extreme range right now.
Okay. That's a pretty good roll. Okay, well, my high is a 17.
Okay, how many net hits over an 11?
Ooh, Tommy, 3.
Nice! So you move from extreme to 1, 2, 3 to standard range.
Standard range is great for me.
Yeah. So Roland, you Kinsey or Pax is like, I can't see them. And you're like, I just wish the jackalope was faster. And then you slow down a little bit, and you hear Pax gasp, and without even really looking, you just kind of are just start turning the wheel. And you hit the button on your on the convertible, and it's goes back as the car swings around, the nose barely moving in position as the tail swings around, and then you lose nose speed flying back. And that's when you assess the situation. You see Umbra running towards you, and behind Umbra you see this dark, large shape floating, and as the convertible moves back, you hear
Imagine I could just see Kinsey floating in a massive shadow.
Yeah, you occasionally you hear that shout, and that locks your eyes, and you see for a second Kinsey for you see his arm reflected in the moonlight, and then he gets enveloped in more shadow. And you also notice he's a good 15 feet off the ground. But yeah, you actually zoom and right to where Umbra is. You're passing Umbra as your turn ends, just flying full speed at this thing, trying to catch up.
Can I actually hold a piece of jerky out the side of the window? Come on, what am I paying you for?
Perfect. So you zoom past Umbra, and Umbra's his large hindquarters slides on the dirt, and then he boom bounds off and starts flying towards you. All right. Kinsey, you're up.
Perfect. So I said that I met a guy, canonically, who did fight a Sallycaster. So I'd like to do a survival test, I assume, to see if there's some kind of weakness that I can exploit.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get your +2 from experienced traveler for this. Because you are attempting to recall an aspect of nature.
This is the exact situation as a DM where you're okay, I said that one king really loved gold, but you cannot pull it on all of the kings ever in the land. That's what this situation is. That is the nightmare situation, and I love it.
Man, the misfire is actually, he was talking about a snollygoster.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, you just got to get it on dry land.
His accent was very thick, you see.
The snollygaster.
All right. So it's not bad. That's 3 hits.
Okay. So you know that the snallygaster is extremely dangerous, obviously. You know that to be in the position you are in is the worst position you can be in when it comes to a Snallygaster.
Sure.
The thing you absolutely want to do is avoid being grabbed by those tentacles, because once it grabs you with its tentacles, it can start mechanically dealing damage directly to your hit points as it sucks your blood.
Perfect.
And heals itself in the same action.
Perfect. Wow, wonderful.
Yeah, so being grappled by a Snallygaster is terrible. But with 3, yeah, you know that it hates the sunlight. Like, it's not just like a nocturnal thing that prefers to hunt at night. It like can't survive in the sunlight.
Got it.
So we just have to fight it till dawn.
Is it sensitive to garlic if I make a cross with anything?
Nah, you're thinking of boo hags.
Yeah, the cross won't work because Kinsey doesn't believe in it. And for no other reason.
Yeah, you know specifically that it has a weakness to sunlight.
All right, perfect.
Also on definitely a T. It's just
Can I deploy grapple spikes and attack it, or is it one or the other situation?
No. Well, it depends on how you want to attack it, but the grapple spikes are, I believe, a quick action. Because they count as a light melee weapon, which would be a quick action to attack with. Confirmed, yeah. So it's a quick action. So if you like want to shoot it with your sidearm or something like that, that would also be a quick action. But yeah, so if you wanna deploy your grapple spikes, I need you to roll a melee attack, and you get bonuses for the grapple. So you have a +3 on this.
Yeah, excellent.
Because it has you real tight, and that's bad for the spikes that are about to poke out of you.
Okay, alright. Well, it's 2 hits.
I don't like the tone for you there. What's your highest?
3.
Yeah, you deploy your grapple spikes, and like some of the tentacles like pull away, but they like quickly find the spots in your armor where there aren't the spikes.
because they're tentacles. Dang it.
And they start like wrapping around the spikes and holding on to you. Like you get a couple punctures, but it doesn't feel like it was like anything that was like, it wasn't super deep. It was like more like meaty parts. So like it like only pulls away for a second. And you're like, get like that brief moment. Roland, you see like a little bit more of Kinsey for a second, and then he gets completely wrapped up again.
Oh, that seems bad.
Great, and then I'm going to shoot it in the beak.
Cool.
Now, I have not fixed my medium firearm. It is standard rather than excellent, so how does that affect the weapon?
So I'll make it easy for you. You can't shoot your medium firearm right now because you used a quick action for the grapple spikes. So you'd want to use your light firearm because that is also a quick action to attack with.
Perfect. Man, that is very, very helpful. Let's shoot this motherfucker.
This one you are at a -3/4 because of the grapple.
Alright, well, my rifle does balance that out. So, sorry, not my rifle. It's the light firearm, so it doesn't balance it out. Therefore, I'm at a target of 10. Perfect. Awesome.
It's not bad.
Could be worse. Be better if it was 13. Well, that is 2 hits with a high of 8.
Unfortunately, you're just not able to get the line of fire you need. You're spinning all around, being pulled in. It's like the spikes didn't work. You kind of reach down and like unholster your pistol and just like fire off a couple shots, roll it in packs. You see muzzle flare as Kinsey shoots a burst with his pistol, and the bullets go just past the beak of this thing. It does like wince a little bit from like the muzzle flare, but it doesn't really slow it down.
Great. That means it's Umbra's turn then, yes?
Yeah, Umbra happens on your turn as well. So Umbra is at standard range right now.
Okay.
Very motivated to get in the fight. So if you wanted Umbra to get close enough to make an attack or anything like that, Umbra would first need to spend a quick action changing the distance.
Perfect, yeah. That's a good idea. I'm going to do that.
Okay. So it's a speed test, but this time Umber's doing it himself. So it's basically an athletics test for him.
Okay. Which section are we in? Are we still in the first? What is this? Am I still in the first block of squares? Is it -2, -1,
No,
0?
no, he's considered top speed, so whatever his highest speed is, because he started this chase scene in motion.
Awesome. What? It's a high of 11.
How many over an 8?
3 hits. Oh, 2 over an 8.
He can get right up in there in close range.
Mm-hmm. Yay!
So Roland, you stick it out and you're like, "What am I paying you for?" And then he like turns and then leaps and like smack, like it just like flies out of your hand as he like bites onto it and then like bounds forward again. What does he do now that he's at close range, Kinsey?
I think he takes that last bound to close the distance, crunches up his haunches, and then can he attack with his antlers as a quick action?
He can, yeah.
Perfect. And that's a body test, yes?
Yes.
Alright, well that's a high, half rounded down, successful test. Is it still a misfire if it's successful? No, it's not a great misfire. So it's a high of 7 and it is a misfire.
Okay.
What is wrong with your dice? I'm sending you dice.
So you actually do succeed because this thing's been attacked enough times that the 7 gets through.
Awesome.
I don't think you have any. Do you have any extra hits over a 6?
Just 2 7s.
Oh, you got 2 7s. Oh, nice.
2 7s, yes.
Nice. Okay, so Umbra deals how much damage with 2 successes?
It's a great question. I don't have that information. Wait, no, here we are. 3 power, 5 accuracy, so 6 with 4 armor piercing. Actually, and 1 reliability. I can't reroll that. Never mind, sorry. So yes, that is 6 with 4 piercing. Also, with my endurance training, it appears that it's a free action to adjust speed rather than a quick action. Is that correct?
Yeah, but you're not adjusting speed. You are You're changing your distance.
Changing the distance. That makes sense.
He upgraded the transmission on your rabbit, I see.
I think it'd be really fun to do like the next campaign as like nomads. Everyone in a car. It'd be super. Not that there's a next campaign for a while. Just
Okay.
we're not gonna die here. It's fine.
So yeah,
Well,
Umbra leaps up, gashes this thing's like a couple of, like, fully rips like a small tentacle off with his horns as he lands down, and we'll say that in like his kind of like frantic leap into that fight, we'll say that his misfire is he lands a little hard, not quite ready for it, so he like tumbles with the landing instead of like the usual like graceful like shifting of weight. Instead he lands, loses control, tumbles, and we'll have how much armor does he have?
Armor is... Where are you?
I think it's
Great
2,
question.
right? Yeah.
That sounds correct. Sorry, I'm not used to his chart here. 2 armor, yes, that's right.
Okay, cool. So we'll say the armor goes away and he takes 2 more damage direct to hit points.
Okay.
But he still has that toughness.
The toughness never goes away, so he still reduces all damage by 2.
Perfect.
Okay.
That includes direct. That's not direct to hit points, right? Only
Right.
damage that is dealt to him. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's Kinsey's turn. Pax, you're up.
Okay, great.
You see Kinsey writhing around. As you guys kind of close in, you're at this like standard distance and you're driving. You see Umber leap up into the night where you kind of see Kinsey and like lash in with the horn. And like kind of as Umber gets up there, like almost the light reflecting off of his horns and fur makes it so like as you blink, you do start to see the shape of this thing. You can't quite see the full length of its body, but it is big and above you. As you are moving in, it's like this kind of like blanket of shadow, and at the front of that blanket of shadow, you see the form of basically what I showed you in that picture of this kind of long-necked, like bird-like dragon creature with this like writhing mass of tentacles on the bottom of its head where Kinsey is, and you see Kinsey's foot like squarely like bit down in this thing's beak as it like glides and flies, trying to like it doesn't seem like it's able to fully get up the height at this moment, as it has Kinsey kind of struggling in its jaws.
So Kinsey isn't fully enveloped in tentacle. He's just, his foot is like, he's surrounded by tentacle.
I mean, he's like, you can see him, like, but like the parts that you can see are ever shifting as he is being grappled by a mass of tentacles.
There's a lot of tentacle on him.
So I, a master of combat, don't think that I could net shot him in particular.
I mean, you could try, but that wouldn't necessarily help Kinsey. It would just put him more.
What if I
grappled.
tug of warred him after I net shot Kinsey?
So, what you would be attempting to do, which you possibly could, would be like a
Okay.
net shot, but then you would have to get some kind of, maybe with your grapple gun or something, get an anchor on that net around Kinsey. At that point, based on the mechanics of the game, it would be just as easy for you to shoot a grapple gun at Kinsey and hope to like grab onto his belt buckle or his gun strap or something like that. Or even if you don't want to use the grapple gun, like a lasso, like just a bit of rope.
Can I just lasso him?
You got a machinery cube?
Roland, can I have a machinery key?
Yeah, no, we're in the back next to all of your guns.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, okay, Roland, mark off a machinery cube.
There's one that's mostly rope.
Pax grabs almost all of Roland's rope and quickly fashions it into a lasso.
Okay. I'd like to lasso Kinsey.
Okay. Obviously, I would let you roll survival on this.
Next.
But you're not good at that. I believe ultimately, I think it's melee. There are similar things to lassos in the melee weapons, so I think you're just using an improvised melee weapon that doesn't do damage and instead just lassos people.
Sure. That is fine to me.
I figured.
Cool. Okay.
I'm gonna mark off a motivational speaker.
Okay.
Okay.
It's really impressive work making a lasso under tough conditions very quickly. Looks good. It's good work. I'm gonna try and line this up for you.
So, I have a question
Okay.
about this. I decided on taking I don't think this counts. Never mind. Continuing on. Okay. Yeah.
What's your melee?
13.
Okay, never mind.
You were thinking about giving her even more pluses?
Yeah. It's just, I'm very impressed. It's good work. It's, not a lot of people could have done that. Yeah, you get a +4.
Okay. Great.
And then he's like, hold on, wait. And he kind of hits the gas just a little bit more. Gets you a little bit of a better angle on where Kinsey is. And he's like, now.
This one kind of looks like rocks. Okay. I don't have any rope-colored dice.
Rope can be any color.
Just beige.
Heck yeah. All right. Oh,
wow. Well, this is a good roll for you.
Oh, I like that, cause this is okay. So, I have a high of 16, and my lowest is a 6.
Okay. How many net successes over a 9?
4.
How many net successes if I were to do grit stuff to make it a 13?
3.
No reason for me to do that then. The difference between 4 and 3 is not that big in this particular instance.
Oh, Addie, you should have lied and got grit.
I can't. I'm full.
I'll take it. I'm involved on this roll.
Yeah, okay, so you super get Kinsey. Kinsey, you're thrashing around. This thing's got that fang pulls out and blood just comes out of your leg, and the tentacles start grabbing onto it. But in that moment, you kind of become a little loose and you swing down, and then around your from your collarbone around the opposite armpit, a rope just gets on you and tightens, and you grab onto it. And you follow it with your eyes, and you see Pax standing in the back seat of the car with the rope wrapped around her forearm, and she gives it a pull. Yeah, Pax, if you want to try and yank Kinsey out of this grapple, you can roll. We will put this at a -3 because of the rating of the grapple.
Okay.
But it's gonna be athletics.
Okay. I should have taken Olympian.
You know what? I'll use my other motivational speaker.
I mean, it's also fine. You don't have to.
Who else am I going to talk to really good to save Kinsey's life? It's not Kinsey, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure. Oh, that's for sure.
Roland, you should wait a minute. You should wait a minute.
Alright, fine.
All right. You already complimented my rope work. See if it pans out.
Okay. Fine, okay. You don't want my good compliments to give mechanical bonuses. I get it.
Listen, I very much want them. In a minute. I'm concentrating. Cool. Oh, wait, that explodes. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
I can wrangle it out of packs yet.
I need a... This one? Okay. Oh, that's like a purple in it, though. This green one. Okay, I have 13.
Okay.
Hi.
If I were to spend grit, how many net successes over a 12?
2.
And how many if I left it at an 8?
5.
Everyone take a grit. The Snallygaster's gonna go it strong here. Count that 12. Which makes it so you only get 2 net successes, Pax. Which means you get a hold of Kinsey, you yank, Kinsey, you free up for a second, and you're tumbling, and then you are hanging upside down, and then immediately made taut as some of the tentacles are still wrapped around your ankles. You are now in a rating 1 grapple. Instead of a rating 3 grapple. And Pax, you have a good hold of them.
Good. So I am going to spend 4 grit to double down.
Ah.
Roland, I will now accept your compliment.
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to like tug a worm again?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Kinsey, I'm
It's
so
just-
sorry. This won't feel good. Yeah.
It just matters as to like what I say.
Sure, yeah.
Come on, Pax. All those hours in the... No, you don't go to the gym. You're just very strong. All that time spent getting very strong and you can't pull a man out of a dragon's mouth?
I jogged all day. I jogged all day.
No, you know what? That's a good point. If I had jogged all day, I wouldn't... you know...
You would die.
I would die. It would kill me. What's your athletics? I don't want to like spend grit to give you a number that is unhittable.
13.
Your athletics is a 13?
Yeah.
It is at a -1 right now because of the rating of
I
the
am.
grapple.
I am at a -1.
No, I need this for grit just in case. Yeah, you get a +3.
Okay, great. So that makes it a 16? Okay. No, a 15. Okay. That explodes. Yay.
Wait, so you're telling me you jogged all day and then you lassoed a man out of a dragon?
Not yet, Kinsey. This is gonna hurt. Yeah. I have a high of 15.
Cool. There's no significant way for me to spend grit on this. How many net successes over my very bad high of a 6? It could be a lot better if I spent grit, but it's not going to be a 15. You get 5. Kinsey, guess what? You don't have to roll a gymnastics test.
Awesome.
As she yells, like, this is going to hurt a bit, and you, like, grab on with both hands. You're, like, swinging in the air between this thing. It's, like, massive neck is, like, pulled down. It actually is, like, kind of swinging a little bit, having trouble, like, maintaining its glide as it's, like, doesn't want to let you go. And then Pax just, like, full on, like, pulls over her shoulder and, like, yanks without looking. And the Snallygaster actually, like, dips for a second and, like, seemingly not wanting to faceplant, lets go of you. As you come flying in and, like, Pax, you turned and you're, like, standing on, like, the, like, kind of on the seats, and you do a big yank, and then just, like, right next to you, like, landing back in the seat, like, perfectly is, like, Kinsey with the rope around him. Kinsey, you're, like, get, like, a little bit of the wind knocked out of you as you slam into the car.
Well done. All right. Should we?
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, Roland, go, and I'm gonna grab Miguel's gun, and Bo's shield, Bo, and I'm gonna run over to Umbra.
You mean?
And that's gonna be the rest of my
You
turn.
mean jump over to Umbra? You guys are still, like, very mobile at the moment.
Sure, I'll jump over. I was gonna do the jump out and then run over, but I'll jump over if I can.
I mean,
Heck yeah.
yeah, like, it basically Roland, like, kind of swings it around. It's a little loosey-goosey in chase scenes, right? You don't leave the range band you're in, but, like, Roland's able to, like, swing the car around, and Umbra's, like, getting up and, like, trying to assess the situation, and you can jump onto Umbra if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump onto Umbra,
Okay.
and I'm gonna kneel down with, like, my like foot holding on the, like, tucked under the front of the saddle and then, like, get the shield and Miguel's gun. And we're gonna run away.
But, I mean, we'll get to that in a second. First, you have to roll a gymnastics test to make the jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be at a -2 just because you're trying to land, like, on Umbra.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a harrowing situation, but it is unopposed because Umbra's not going to try and jump out of your way. He knows that you're Kinsey's friend.
Heck yeah. Oh, 20. Sad. Well, you did save Kinsey's life. I won't send you to jail. Just can't roll anymore tonight. Okay, I'm gonna spend 2 grit to play to the gallery. I have to find another die because that one rolled a 20. To count this, 14.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. You said I was at a negative?
You're at a -2.
Okay. I'm gonna play the gallery to count this 13.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I have a 13.
Okay. No, it's not unopposed. I need number of successes.
Oh, great. 3.
Yeah, so you're able to land exactly how you want. You land, stick in your stirrup, get the shield up, swing around Miguel's gun. So this leads me to the question I have. How are you able to handle Miguel's gun with one hand?
I am.
You have a talent that lets you handle two-handed weapons?
I did. I took
Are you
it.
kidding me? Oh my
I
gosh.
took the like pure strength.
I think it's
Oh, I should have had a -1 to all that stuff.
No, so
Because that's all melee.
so pure strength isn't that.
It's the next one.
Carry a big stick is that. Did you take that?
Yeah. No, I took both of them
Okay,
because
cool.
they're connected.
Yeah. All right.
But what I was saying to the +1 is like with the Kinsey thing, I could have. It didn't matter. I was already rolling really high.
Sure. So
You were doing fine. I could have used that.
so yeah, all right. You're able to. You got the shield, and then you swing around Miguel's two-handed heavy firearm with one hand, and you look like you're comfortable.
It's like how people hold toddlers on their hip, but mine is a giant like 50-pound gun.
Well, that's perfect because the Snallygaster's coming for you, Pax.
What? It's like I have this shield.
So yeah, you can roll a defense test as like you like get on Umbra. Umbra gets up. The car swings around and starts driving away. Umbra begins moving to keep up with Roland, and you're looking at the night. And like again, you've kind of lost sight of it for a second, right? It's like you see the shadow, and like you were like it was just there, and then all of a sudden, just like piercing through the shadow, this massive maw like flies out at you. You see the form of the wings stretching out on either side, and the tentacles lash out. Go ahead and roll a defense test.
Sure. What does repulsor do?
It knocks things back, but it has to be your turn. You can use
Okay.
It's either a free action or a quick action on your turn to push things back.
Okay.
Oh wow, I have it hilariously on accident. I'm looking at it right here. Up to 3 enemies can be targeted. It's a whole focused action to do it.
Okay.
But for every net success you get, you push them 5 feet. In this particular instance, in a chase scene, I would let it like affect the range bands.
Ooh. All right. Well, I didn't roll super well. I'm not at a negative for anything, am I?
No.
Okay.
You haven't been attacked yet, so.
Yeah. All right. Then I will. I'm probably fine. I have a 15.
Oh, 15? Yeah, that's gonna be fine. I don't even have to look at this anymore. Yeah. So the Snallygaster just like out of there, and you pull up the shield and lean back, and you see tentacles wrapping around trying to get purchase on the shield, but you thrash it away, and then it pulls back, and yeah, I'm gonna double down. Everyone take a grit.
Gasp. All right. So I am at 7. No. Yes.
Sweet. Enough grit to flashback and not die.
That's the
Pax,
dream.
You roll another defense test.
Oh no. But what if I didn't? What if it was just fine?
It doubles down and runs away.
It knows what it's doing. Wow, that is a really, really terrible roll. Also another 20. I am going to make my own luck. Oh no! Ah! I'm gonna make my own luck again. Yay! That explodes. I'm running out of green dice. Okay, I have a 14.
A 14?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, that'll beat my 12.
Phew. I'm glad I made me with luck.
So you this time it's not trying to grapple you with the tentacles. Like as soon as you thrash away, it swings and like that like from like the perspective of this thing, it's like those little like claws that are on like the tip of its wings don't like look very big, but they are very big as it swings its wing, like kind of gliding to the side. It tries to like swing its claw at you, and like this massive, like 5 to 8 inch like curved sharp claw swings up, and you just manage to get the shield up, and then it scrapes along the shield, kind of scratching the front of it, and it's gonna attack you again.
Oh man.
And I will have it spend. You're already at minuses for it having attacked you multiple times.
Yep.
And I'm gonna have it spend.
It's gonna bamboozle me.
It's gonna bamboozle you. Yeah. It's gonna spend 2 grit to bamboozle you. And
It is made of shadow, so it makes sense that it would try to bamboozle.
Yeah. So you do get 2 grit for that because it's 2 separate instances of me using bamboozle.
Dope. Up to 9. Heck yeah. So double bamboozle. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
rolling
you're minus 2, and then you've been attacked twice, so I think you're at a minus 4.
I think so. Okay. Okay. Gotta get the tower dice out. Alright, dice. Here we go. Yeah. Oh man, this is such a good roll. Except for it's not, because this is the 3rd time I'm being attacked.
Oh no, where will you find 3 grit?
Yeah, I am gonna go it strong. I'm gonna go it strong.
Okay. Which means your highest.
Okay, wait, I can't go it strong for bamboozle, can I? Because then it just negates your expense.
Oh yeah, you are correct. The bamboozle can't be taken out, but the minus 2 from the like being attacked multiple times can be taken out.
Okay. I have an 11.
I have a 12.
And I will go it strong. Oh no!
You would have known that I had a 12 before you went it strong. What was your highest before the 11?
A 10.
Okay, so it doesn't change anything if you don't go it strong, so you should not.
Okay. Okay, I do not go.
Okay, because you would know what my number is before you spend the grid, so.
Okay.
You still are able to take away my 9 and my 7. And the 12 makes it through. The 12 makes it through, and you take 6 damage with 4 armor piercing.
Okay. Ugh, I hate that.
As like you duck under the shield, it scrapes along, and then like you turn and you've lost sight of it for a second, and you think you knew what trajectory it was on, but it's like it kind of swung back around, so it comes at you from an angle you're not ready for, and you're not quite able to get the shield up in time, and this time it doesn't quite claw you as much as it just like hits you with like its massive wing, slamming you back, and like you bump like up against the like one of the horns of Umbra, one of Umbra's like antlers, and like you just get a little like dazed from it.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, sick. I'm fighting a dragon and not doing poorly. I love it.
So
Mosquito.
it is now Roland's turn.
Drive away. This has no point. If you don't drive away.
What you meant to say was it's Pax's turn.
Nice.
Roland, you use what is it, leadership?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give your turn to Pax.
Yeah, great. It's right
I
up
can
in my
drive faster than a
face.
dragon.
So, is it at close range or is it at standard range?
It's at close range.
I would like
you jumped onto Umbra. Umbra was at close range.
Gotcha. I would like to shoot it real good.
Sweet. You block, you get bonked, you kind of regain your footing, and then you just bring up Miguel's gun. And you just
Miguel.
light the sky up with gunfire.
I thought about shooting a blinding shot, but I think I left my bow in the car.
Just funny because you brought Bo with you.
I know. Bleh. Okay. I am gonna spend 2 grit to play to the gallery.
My
La,
high
la, la.
is 13 currently.
My high is also at 13.
Aggressor.
and that explodes.
Okay.
I rolled a 12. So it's just 1 hit.
Okay. How much damage does Miguel's gun do on 1 net success?
Sure. Well, I spend 5 ammo, and it has 2. Oh, it has 2 reliability. Hold on. Hold, please. Nope, I couldn't, because they were all low. It has 3 piercing, and it does 7 damage.
7 with 3?
7. 7 and 3.
Okay. So you don't manage to catch it on fire. I'm assuming, right? Isn't it incendiary? Or maybe you have normal bullets at this point. I don't remember. I just remember it originally had incendiary ammo with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you light up the sky, and you do see, like, you manage to hit, and, like, this kind of silvery, purplish black, like, ichor, like, splashes from this thing's body into the night as you, like, kind of fan the air with this minigun that you have, basically, as it's just and, like, it pulls back and screeches out, like, and
Oh, man.
Kinsey, it's your turn.
It was wonderful. I've been waiting for that.
Actually,
So
I have a question real quick. Packs can use like heavy weapons in one hand, right?
Oh yeah, Pax,
Does that make them quick actions?
Yeah. No, that is what it is, basically.
I would like to repulse this strike. I can't do that.
That is a focused action.
Okay. I would instead like to use this dual-purpose shield to smack him real hard.
Sure.
Okay. So it gets 1 extra power because it's a melee. And okay. And a -1. I roll 4 dice. Get rid of this purple one that betrayed me. Okay. Hey, that explodes. I like it. I accept.
My high is currently an 11.
Aha! Well, I have a 12. So I would like to spend 3 grit to twist the knife.
Okay.
2 to twist the knife.
Oh, I should have done that with Miguel's gun. That would have been the smart time to just twist the knife. Yeah,
grit.
no, I'm just gonna do it. So it is 4 damage with 1 piercing. Or no, 8 damage with 1 piercing. 8 damage with 1 piercing.
Cool. Yeah. So you
It smacks me and I smack it back.
it gets pelted, screeches, and then as it's like trying to come in to like bite at you, you just like boom, like smack it in the head. And it like pulls its head up, streaking. You see like a like crack in its beak.
Anytime now, Umbra. Anytime now.
Well, it is Kinsey's turn, which means it is Umbra's turn. What does Kinsey and Umbra do?
Should I go first, or should Umbra go first?
It's up to you.
I think, yeah. So Kinsey catches his breath in the back seat of the car. Goes for his rifle. He's about to turn around and shoot it when he notices that Pax left her bow in the car. And so he's going to grab it, and he's going to shoot it with a blinding shot.
Oh, hell yeah. Teamwork.
Okay. Yeah, all of my guns are in the car. All of my knives are on me. That's how that usually rolls. Okay, so, and it also does the thing that the green arrow does, where you go like this, and it becomes like a real bow somehow. Doesn't matter.
So, Kinsey, blinding shot does give you a +1 to your range, because you only have to get somewhat near your target.
Awesome.
And then
Any other...
I don't know. I can't remember if it has
any bonuses from the... I know it's got a laser sight, and it's dual purpose, but that's...
Yeah, no, it's, it doesn't... It's got one reliability built in.
Perfect. That's awesome.
And then everything else will apply to the roll afterwards.
That sounds great. Let's make it happen.
I have to roll an ammo test for this too.
Right, so that's target of 14. Yeah. Well, how do you do? You like that one, yeah? It's a high of. Wait. No, high of 30.
Okay, how many net successes over a 10?
They're perfect. I am the aggressor, so that is 3.
How much
Okay, it's got
blind
an
is this
accuracy
thing?
of 2.
So, and then what is the power?
The power is 6.
So, but it's accuracy.
But
too,
that
so-
doesn't matter, right?
No, it does. Specifically for blinding
does.
shot, it does. That means this thing is at a -12.
So if you spend 3 great, it could be at a -18.
There's no reason. There's no reason to do that. Don't do that.
So you say that, but it actually does mean that there is no successful test based on sight for this thing, even after all of its bonuses.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Kinsey. You're good at survival. You know this thing's already a bit wounded. You don't need to make it have a -18.
That's fair.
All I can think of is like the 90s like song, like run away, run away, run away and save your life.
So Kinsey, you like reach for your gun, and right next to it is like Pax's bow. And like as you turn to grab your gun, you see Pax's bow, and you like put 2 and 2 together. You grab it, reach into the quiver, whip out blinding shot, and then draw it back, bracing yourself against the chair. You let it go, and Pax, you've hit this thing with a beak, and you like turn. You're like, anytime now, Umbra. And then there's like a flash, like a camera flash behind your head, and you turn.
It's like a Michael Bay explosion, and my hair is all like.
You turn and you see like the white phosphorus like glow of like an exploded blinding shot. And this is like starts thrashing about crazily.
And you say anytime, and the light flashes, and taking that as a sign of opportunity, Umbra is going to take a stab at it with his hands.
Okay, so Umbra rolls a speed test.
Speed, 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 speed.
Wait, it's a speed test to stab him?
Oh no, sorry. I thought Umbra was trying to get away. No,
Yeah.
my bad. No. I thought you said Umbra was gonna go away, not go at it. With
No, Pax said anytime, and Umbra was like, I could kill him whenever.
Cool.
So it's I'm rolling body, right?
Yes. And the target is either body +4 or your wrangle, whichever is better.
It's going to be the wrangle, yes. But come on.
Did you roll any successes?
Well, I'm going to spend 2 grid. Just because. I think that's a good idea. That's going to play to the gallery so that I've got a 13. That explodes. Didn't help. And then I've got... Right, so it's a 12 and a 13.
Okay. So that's 2 net successes.
So that would be 6 damage with 4 piercing again.
Okay. So Pax, like, you grab on as Umbra, like, rears back and, like, kind of, like, in, like, a spear, like, a twisting, like, leap, gouges this thing with, like, one of the wings with his antlers, like, ripping, and you actually see, like, what look like maybe feathers flying off into the distance. And then, Umbra lands back on the ground.
Run
And that
away,
was a
run
quick
away,
action for
run
Umbra.
away.
What's Umbra's second quick action?
I think running away is a good idea.
Run away, run away, run away.
So that's a speed test, yeah?
Yes. And it's athletics, basically, for Umbra doing it on its own. Because I'm assuming basically Pax is not taking control over Umbra as a rider. Pax is a passenger on Umbra who is driving himself.
Self-driving rabbits. The future is now.
And in this one, is he starting from the lowest to the highest? Is he in the same place?
He has not stopped being in motion during the chase scene, so he has the same speed.
Well, that's fun. It's a high of 30.
Okay.
I guess you do need the high and not. Is it opposed or not?
It is opposed. That
Yeah, okay.
matters a little bit because I was rolling to see if this thing could hear Umbra running away, since definitely can't see Umbra running away. So you are up against, as far as speed test goes, you are up against a 10.
Okay, so that's 1 net success.
1 net success. So you move from close range to standard range.
Okay.
As Umbra begins getting away from this thing, but it's kind of flying in that direction and continues kind of like shakily, like trailing behind where Umbra is.
Mm-hmm.
You ate a whole baby cow this morning. You're not that hungry.
Pax, it's your turn.
Oh, heck yeah. All right. Here we go. I'm at a -1. Okay. Oh! That's such a bad roll.
Did you get any successes?
Yes.
Okay. How many successes? I have to decide if I want to go it strong to stop you.
So I rolled 4 successes. They're all below 6.
Man, this is a good time to go it strong. But I will not.
Okay. Yeah. Also, I ran out of that fire ammo and I never replaced it. So this is just regular bullets.
Okay. How much damage is
Regular, repeating, rotating barrel bullets.
that? How much damage?
Miguel's gun has 3 accuracy, so it's 3 piercing.
See,
With-
now's the time to punch it. To punch it and increase the accuracy.
So it's 21 damage.
Okay.
Man.
Or 28.
Man. It could
We need
be.
to kill this thing. It's worth so much money.
Not what I want to do, and you know it. You know it. The rabbit is fine. Okay. I actually spent like a lot of grit, so I'm actually to punch it. It's 3 or 4.
It's 3.
Oh no! All right. I will punch it, and I will have 1 grit left for not dying.
Whoa.
That's rare for you.
I just spent all of my grit.
To kill a dragon.
So how much more damage is it when you punch it? Another 8?
It's 28 damage with 3 piercing.
So another 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had already calculated all the other stuff, so.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Just need to know how much extra. Yeah. So on the back of Umbra, kind of turned around, riding this jackalope backwards, basically. You regain your position, and then you just start lighting up the sky, and just as this thing is getting just peppered with gunfire. That's a quick action for you.
I don't have anything to do with my other hand.
Throw a knife.
Yeah, but I'm not getting that back.
It is if you
No,
kill
one
it.
of your throwing knives.
Oh yeah. I'll I will throw.
Stop. That was so fucking rude.
I will throw a blinding shot. Net shot? Maybe a net shot, just on its head, so it can't tentacle anyone.
Alright. I will give you a -2 for this because...
For the called shot?
I mean, no. It's gonna be because you have a minigun in one hand and a massive shield in the other. And so your ability to throw a throwing knife is somewhat hindered.
I feel
You're also like on the back of a moving jackalope. Like there's a lot of.
I feel like that's generous. I feel like a -2 is generous.
I mean, it doesn't matter. This thing's super blind right now.
Yeah. Okay. At a -2, the thrown projectiles give me. I have a 12. No, not in a -2. I have a 5. I can reroll that 12. Hold on.
Well, no. How many successes did you roll? This thing is at too
3.
many negatives to roll successes.
3.
Okay. So how much damage is that?
None. It's net shot.
Oh, right. So yeah, you tear into this thing with the gunfire, and then you kind of clumsily like grab onto a knife and throw it out, and it splits open. Net flies out and like catches this thing's like head, and like starts weighing it down, and like it gets one of its wings kind of caught in it for a second, like tears it away. And you said you got 3 net successes over it. It
net successes. Yeah.
it like falls into the ground, stationary as it is grappled.
I did this to a rope right too. The other bird.
Its wing is like caught up in the net, and so is its head, and it's trying to thrash and get rid of it.
Keep going, Umbra.
It is the Snallygaster's turn. As you are pulling away, you see as the Snallygaster like rips off the rope, tearing the net, and then like kind of like, you know, using its arms to like plant its body up. It's like its like head looks out at you, and you're all like driving away from it, and then you watch as the shadows recover it, and you lose sight of it, probably, unless you want to roll an observe test.
I'm rolling my night vision goggles.
I would like to roll an observe test just as I look through the rearview mirror to see if it's still coming at me.
Sure. So Roland, you're going to be at a -4 for it being super dark out. Pax,
Okay.
you don't have any negatives because you're wearing your night vision goggles. You might even actually get positives.
I do have clear sight, so I think that reduces it by 1.
Correct.
I just
if
have
everybody's doing it, can I also roll?
the standard
minus-
night vision goggles.
-4 for you, Kinsey.
Bright like the sun dice. Ugh. I don't see anything.
I've got a 7.
I have a 5.
Well, I've got 2 2s and a 3.
Yeah. None of you see it. You lose complete sight of it. It's as if
Excellent.
it was never there. The shadows just.
Does
It's not that, Tommy. I'll tell you what, it's not that.
Does Umbra know where he is?
Umbra can roll an observe test. It's going to be at a -4. But yeah,
Instinct?
it is instinct. Yeah.
Perfect. This one and where's the other one?
If Umbra and I become like really good friends, maybe I can like stand on its antlers and shoot and look real cool.
Seems dangerous.
Build like a chair that's and sort of like steady cammed between the antlers. That's a Mad Max ass rabbit if I ever saw one.
I have a 1, a 4, a 5, and a 9.
Okay. Umbra also seems to have no idea where this thing has gone. And you all
Well,
start. You're. I'm assuming continuing to try and beat it out of here.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna get the hell out of here.
I imagine Kinsey might want me to go back so we can kill it and take its valuable pelts or whatever, but I have the wheel and thus the power.
Yeah. What do you guys do in the moment as this thing kind of disappears and you're all kind of pulling away from that scene where you were fighting it?
Kinsey, can you hit that, please? Just that button right there. Yeah, hit it.
Sure. And I do.
The roof of the car slowly comes back up and latches into place.
Honestly, fair enough. It's at its most dangerous when it's in that state, so... Wait, is Umbra anywhere around her?
I can see him in the rear view.
Yeah, you see Pax kind of like on Umbra, not riding
Just-
Umbra as it were, just kind of on Umbra.
I know you have a
balance.
I know you have a penchant for driving fast, but can we at least keep them inside this time?
Yeah, absolutely. No problem.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Inside.
Now, are we going to hunt this down in the morning, or are we coming back out here?
No.
Do you have any idea how
What are you
valuable
gonna do with it?
tentacles, the claws? Sell it,
For what?
and you can use its pelt to make your car like invisible if you want. I didn't.
Listen, I've examined the extent to which I can improve this car. No, I can't.
Fair enough.
Listen, Kinsey, I have 26 spurs right now. That is the group spurs. That, I believe, is more than enough spurs for us to do whatever we want while we're out here in the Badlands. We could walk around with a lot more than that if you want to go kill a dragon and take its parts. I don't think we could do anything with it. Unless you
it's
want to
also
buy a
just-
whole general store. Is that what you want to do, Kinsey? Do you want to buy a whole general store?
No, maybe an inn or like a pub, but no, not a general store.
Okay, well, you can have
It's more
some-
for the sport of it than anything. I mean, it's a Snallygaster, for God's sake. And we blinded it. We nearly had it.
Sure. It nearly had you.
He says,
Well,
gesturing
glad
to
to
your
say.
bleeding leg.
Yeah, please wrap that up if you don't mind.
Oh, that's fair enough. Sorry, the upholstery, right. Can I do a first aid thing on myself?
Yeah, I mean, do you actually have any damage? Didn't you heal it all up with your second wind?
Oh, you know, that's fair.
Yeah.
So just
You are
I
narratively.
wrap it up so I stop bleeding.
Yeah, you're narratively bleeding. You're not mechanically bleeding.
Right.
Listen, if we get to Tobias Station and there's a party of madmen who want to go snallygaster hunting, and that's where you think your path takes you in life, you're welcome to join them. I'm not going.
Would you wait for me? Would you at
Maybe.
least wait for me? Maybe. That's fair enough. That's all I can do. On a different note, did you see Pax on the back of Umbra with the shield and the gun, like, shooting at a dragon?
Yeah, I was here too.
It was... That was incredible. I'm just so proud of them both.
Yeah, it was real fucking impressive.
So, am I right in assuming that you all want to try and travel until sunrise?
Yes.
Okay.
It's whatever Umbra's doing is what I am.
Umbra's doing pretty much whatever Kinsey wants Umbra to do. So, Kinsey answers for Umbra.
Yeah. Let's roll.
Okay, cool. So, couple things. One, Umbra has to roll an endure test just to like keep at this pace and not stop for like water or food or anything like that. Umbra has its own thing for rolling endure specifically because of trying to keep up with the vehicle this whole time.
Right.
And then after Umbra rolls, everyone, including Umbra, does have to roll an endure test specifically to be okay with being awake all night.
Right.
Ooh, I'm finally gonna dig into one of these healing tonics that I still haven't figured out what the side effects are. Because the thing is I have one that I know for sure is motion sickness, and it ain't that one, I tell you what.
That's not gonna be the one you take.
No one is allowed to puke in this car ever again.
Oh, come on. It's 2 hits, but it's a misfire for Umbra.
Oh, come on, man.
It only takes 120, and I'm rolling 3 dice.
Okay, that's fine. So what that will be is Umbra avoids, like, basically Umbra is extremely exhausted because I said Umbra has to roll another endure test specifically to stay up and awake this whole time. Like Pax is spurring it on. Every once in a while you see Umbra is like slowing down a little bit, and Kinsey, like, you lean out, you're like, come on, and like, you know, waving to keep him going and like tossing him some food so he can eat on the run. But like at a certain point, actually, you toss some food and he doesn't even bite it. Like he just lets it fall on the ground and like fall behind him because he's so exhausted right now. So Umbra is going to be at a -3 for this upcoming endure to see how he fares staying up until sunrise.
Excellent.
I try to give him a massage.
You don't have good wrangle, right? I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
No, please don't. It's narrative.
Yeah.
If you think about it, a massage is basically just unarmed.
Just punching. Yeah. So.
He's got a bunch of toughness. I bet you that's right.
While Kinsey finishes up his rolls, Pax, what did you get for your?
2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes. All right. So Pax, you take 1 damage directly to your hit point.
Okay.
Roland.
I got 1 success.
Roland, you take 3 damage directly to your hit points.
I think what you mean is I drink this tier 2 mystery healing tonic.
No.
Okay, so what, it heals 6 hit points?
Yeah.
Is it excellent quality or standard quality?
Hey, would you know? I don't know. I don't think I was ever told. It was 2 healing tonics. So I do know where they're from. If that helps you.
They're from the Ophidians, right? Or are they not?
No,
Oh.
they're from. I have his shit right now because I still have his LRC tag in case it ever comes up. I don't remember the outdoorsman from the
Maddie?
Deadman gang.
Oh, Samuel Hofstetter?
Yeah,
Oh,
the Hoff. I have the LRC tag of the Hoff, and they were his tier 2 healing tonics that I just haven't had a chance to figure out.
They'll be standard quality. For a second, if it was like some random bandit, I was like, it's a poor quality, but it's gonna be standard quality. Dead Man's Gang doesn't work with anything less than standard.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
it has 2 side effects then.
Great.
Side effect number 1. Is gut rot. Gut rot means you either take 3 damage or spend a grit.
Yes.
Listen, my grit is for nothing, so here we go.
Alright, and the second side effect? Ooh.
It makes sense. He's an outdoorsy guy. Probably got a lot of grit from his history. Like, he's got the grit to burn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is hilarious. So the next one is migraine, which mechanically, I mean, obviously you feel the pain, but you specifically have sensitivity to sunlight. You will have a -1 to all tests while in a bright light. So like that doesn't kick in yet, right? But like first thing that happens is like it tastes so bad, and like your stomach does an immediate somersault, like not like nausea, but more like just like I guess more like a cramp. You get a cramp in your stomach as you like swallow it. You're like, ooh, God.
No one's allowed to puke in here ever.
And then that pain just immediately like shoots up the back of your neck and then lingers like right on like the right side of your forehead, just like this sharp, constant pain, like your one eye, like you don't even want to keep it open. Like the moonlight is already a little bit much.
Yeah, I'm just out here driving. I've been awake for 45 consecutive hours.
Oh yeah, that would mean that yours is higher, but it's a rating 6 healing tonic, so you're fine. You would have taken more damage, basically.
Excellent quality. Your Shadowrun is slipping through.
What did I say?
Rating 6 healing tonic.
I mean, tier 2 healing tonic. Okay, cool. So Roland's taken care of. He took a lot. He took more damage than 3, but not more than 6, and he healed it up. Pax, you took 1. Kinsey, what did you get specifically for you?
I got 3 hits.
Kinsey, you are fine. You're a little exhilarated. You just fought a Snallygaster and lived. Not that many people can say that. You were even in its. You were there. You were in its jaws.
In its jaws. It had me in its tentacles. It was literally ready to suck the blood from my veins.
Yeah, I know.
And Kinsey, what did you get for the endure test to stay up all night for Umbra?
That was 2 hits and a misfire.
Oh no!
Come on, man! Come
It
on!
was a different die this time. I put it in jail, and the other one got me.
I'm sorry. Your excellent quality jackalope is now a standard quality jackalope.
Let's see. So, Umbra's super not happy.
Right.
With like anything that's happening right now. But is being obedient. And then you're all going late into the night, like it's these like next like handful of hours just seem like forever. They stretch forever. Every shift of the shadows like startles you. Like you think it's on our tail. We don't know where it is. There's no way to know where it is. You're all freaking out. And then finally, you get like just the like slightest like sense of calm as you see just kind of the light of the sun starting to bleed into the night sky. And then, sure enough, about an hour later, you actually see the sun itself start to crest over the horizon. Roland, you're like, oh no.
Wait, okay, hold on. The sun's up? Cool, we're stopping.
Roland's like covering his eyes. He like presses the side of his glasses that he has there, and they tint over really, really dark.
Nice.
Shouldn't we make it to town? I think.
Yeah, no, we're gonna make it to town. Someone else drive.
Well, it's actually, you know that Tobias Station is still days away.
Several days?
Woof. Well, hold on. I haven't rolled for fuel yet today.
Go ahead and roll. Also, while we're taking care of fuel upkeep, Pax, you have to roll ammo tests for all the ammo that was used.
Yeah.
Kinsey, you have to roll an ammo test for the ammo you use. So firearm ammo has a supply of 10. So you got to roll a 10 or lower to succeed on.
He didn't roll with anything.
Well,
it's all
shot,
my.
No,
stuff.
he shot his pistol.
Oh, he shot his pistol.
One time, yes.
Yeah. So roll a d20, see if you get a 10 or lower on it. If you fail,
So just like out of curiosity, if I had to make fuel out of machinery cubes and technology cubes, what would the rules for that look like?
well, maybe we'll get to that eventually. For now, you have enough fuel to get through this session.
And the bow. Okay, we're fine.
Yeah, we're good on the pistol.
Okay, cool. So Roland, you fail your fuel test. Nice. You have a fuel cube, or you had to have had a fuel cube to be able to roll a test. So that fuel cube goes away.
Hey, wait. I thought having the fuel cube, like you expend it means you have fuel through, like at the beginning of next session.
No. Okay.
I have a fuel cube. You could have used mine.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood then. I think I still had the correct amount of fuel and used it at the appropriate time to make it to this session with gas.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know that I totally understand when and how I spend the fuel cube.
So you're fine then. Well, I mean, you would have had fuel going into this anyways, because when you roll, you have enough fuel for that session.
Yeah.
But then wherever it ends, if you don't have a fuel cube, that's where it's done. But Pax has a fuel cube, so you guys aren't going to be stranded. It's great. Pax can just use that fuel cube, and everything's fine.
I can cram 2 rocks together and make fuel. It's easy.
So Pax expend your fuel cube.
Yeah.
So yeah, you pull over. It's the beginning of the day. Roland gets out of the car, is like shielding his eyes from the sunlight. Kinsey, you get out of the car too. Pax, Umbra's like trying to shake you off.
Yeah, I'll jump off as soon as we're close.
Cool. Kinsey?
You die. That's how it works.
Kinsey, you take 6 damage, no armor piercing.
6?
6 damage, no armor piercing.
I mean, maybe, yes. No, it's not going to be that bad, but sure. Tell me about that.
So you get out, you see Umbra is like distraught and like kind of almost bucks Pax off. And as you move in, like as soon as Pax gets off, Umbra starts moving towards you and you're like, hey buddy. And then you are completely and utterly not ready as Umbra spins around and full on kicks you with his hind legs. And you go flying like 10 feet and like slam into the ground like winded.
Oh! I deserve that, I guess.
And then Umbra just immediately like curls up and falls asleep right there.
Heck yeah.
Do I think I can give Umbra a massage as he sleeps without him murdering me?
So you start creeping towards, and Umbra, like, the one ear is flapped over his eyes. And then as you get close, like, the ear, like, curls up and he looks at you.
Just trying to work out the muscles. I mean, you're going to be sore when you wake up if I do.
Go ahead and roll Wrangle.
Right. This has been going so well for me today. I'm sure this will be just fine. Okay, problems there. Well, that's 4 successes.
What's the highest?
A 7.
Okay. So you go like Umbra like looks at you and like lowers the thing and like that, and you kind of like take that as like a okay, and you start moving in, and right as you get there, Umbra like sweeps his horns, and if your armor has any armor points left, I actually don't know if it does, but if your armor has any armor points left, you lose 1 armor point as he like scores your armor with his horns as like an extra fuck you.
Yep. All right, I get it. All right, I'm sorry.
And then you start massaging, and it's like his muscles are like rock hard. They're so tense. It's like so knotted. But he does seem to kind of warm up a little bit. Like he like a couple times like pulls to like at the pain, but then like as you kind of like loosen the muscle, he like relaxes and is like, okay, this is fine. Pax, you pass out.
Yeah, I like set up Bo like a lean-to, just like underneath it.
Okay. I'm just gonna lay down along the back seat of the car, and if Pax has perhaps forgotten to take her pillow, I'm gonna use it.
She spent all night stand-up riding on a rabbit. She is not thinking about her pillow at this moment.
Nice, Roland. It's a nice pillow. Like
This is not the best pillow I've ever had, but it's top 3 for sure.
You can all have a grit for surviving a dangerous situation. You can also have a grit for excellent roleplay throughout all of that. Fantastic. Okay, so you all rest up. You get the benefits of rest. So you regain durability worth of hit points, and yeah, you eventually wake up. It's not nighttime, but it is past noon-ish. It's like early afternoon.
Oh, I mean, I hate to say it, but we should probably get as much distance as we can before nightfall, and we should probably ride through the night again.
Should we like make a trailer?
We should make a trailer.
We should definitely make a trailer, yeah.
I hate to put a trailer on such a magnificent animal. I say, caressing my car. But, you know, I'm sorry, Umbra is not fast enough to deal with the night dragon, as I've come to call it.
It's not accurate, but it is apt.
Sure. Well, you know what they say. If you say it right, anything is true.
I think I heard you say that. Didn't you say that?
Yes. Thus proving my point. Let's build a trailer.
We'll say a trailer will take 3 machinery cubes if you don't want it to be covered, 4 machinery cubes if you want it to be covered.
Well, I've got 3.
I'll pitch in 1 for the roof.
Okay, so having a trailer lashed onto the back of your car will make it have a -1 to its speed and a -2 to its handling.
Oh no. I can be shot if someone tries to shoot at me now.
But now Umbra doesn't have to roll any endure tests because Umbra can just hop in the trailer.
Great.
He deserves a rest.
Yeah, I think we start driving as soon as the trailer's done, then.
Cool. So you still have a few hours of daylight for sure. By the time you're done putting the trailer together, it doesn't take very long. Your Omni tool makes short work of it, really, Roland. So yeah, you are able to really quickly put together kind of a ramshackle, like, well, not ramshackle, but like a impromptu trailer. And then
Can I fasten the stealth drone like to the top of the trailer, just looking backwards?
yeah, you can.
I want a rear view camera.
Oh man, we're up there doing that, and Pax like climbs up to the top to like take a seat to look backwards, as like Dale in like the first season of The Walking Dead, and sees the stealth drone there and is like climbs back down.
It's because I need you to drive when I need to sleep.
It doesn't have thumbs.
No, it's not that. It's because Kinsey still doesn't understand the clutch.
It's more complicated than you keep telling me it is.
Yeah, and so it's tense for sure. You still have quite a ways to go till Tobias Station. I mean, you're not, well, kind of. You are in more or less going from Soldina to Tobias Station is going halfway around the world. So it takes a while. So you're got a long road ahead of you to Tobias Station. Even driving overnight, like I said, it still can be measured in days, potentially a week or weeks, depending on how the terrain ahead pans out. But for the now, you do have just a handful of a few days where, while it is tense driving at night, because you're always sure that the thing's coming at you, it doesn't seem to catch up or attack you. You rest early in the morning as soon as the sun's over the horizon, and then you wake up mid-afternoon, you drive again, and at a certain point, Kinsey, you, with your previous survival checks on Snallygasters, you're pretty sure that thing was wounded enough and you've traveled far enough that there's no reason why it would still be hunting you. It got a pretty healthy meal the day before when it got that Ache. It was probably like a little hungry, but not like, famished when it came after you. And the fact that you hurt it so badly and have traveled so far, it would have to be a uniquely, like,
it would have to be
salty.
mean.
It'd have to be a uniquely salty, like, Snallygaster to follow you this far.
Sure. So what you're saying is I think that we have successfully evaded this predator.
Yes.
Right.
XP for all. And also, Kinsey, if you want to grit, a trap was utilized successfully.
Against me, yes.
Well, against you, and also Pax getting the net shot off.
Right, that's right. Okay, I'll take that.
You're welcome.
Yes, that's a grit for
Thank you.
Kinsey, and 2 XP for everybody. But yeah, so as things kind of relax a little bit, and you're able to kind of like, you even kind of like occasionally like you stop for a second, you slow down, you don't, as soon as Kinsey's very confident that like you're out of Snallygaster territory, you're able to stop, and there's a nice spring. Umbra can drink from the spring. You're able to take not like a leisurely trip, but like it does become relaxed. You are. Kinsey is like would bet his life. I mean, is in a way that that the Snallygaster has been evaded. You got XP for it. As it is now somewhat relaxing, you've been through some harrowing experiences. Let's go ahead and roll some shoot the shit.
I'm gonna pick off.
You said you're picking packs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go with Kinsey.
Can I pick Umbra?
Oh, I can move us out of our initiative music.
What?
No.
All right. Yeah, I'll pick Roland then.
Heck yeah.
Because Umbra learning things about you isn't interesting.
What does Umber want to learn about you? Where food come from?
You got food?
How food made? It'd be even better. It's just, do you have food? Is what Umber would like to learn in this shoot the shit.
Oh, man. We need like this little touch things that make different words, so Umbra can like be like park.
Oh my god!
I love you. Park.
That is the weirdest thing on TikTok. Like, as a sidebar, that is the weirdest fucking thing on TikTok. Mom, I love you.
All right, who would like to go first?
Me and Pax can go first. We're gonna sort this shit out, Pax. I got 5 hits.
You
I don't even know why you're mad at me.
Okay. What is it with the drone?
What? What do you mean?
You seem very unnerved by our possession of the drone.
Well, like it does all the stuff that I do.
No.
It pigeonholes
Explicitly
me
not.
very well. Like
I'm not. Okay, hypothetically, if the drone sees a thing, what decision does it make based on the information it has now gathered for itself?
Nothing. You make the decision.
Right. That's shitty. I need you there to make the decision because I don't have your skills or your knowledge or, like, know how to really do anything in a fight other than duck for cover and shout encouraging words to my allies.
You didn't say it was a fight. You said it was just seeing a thing.
Yes, it doesn't know anything, Pax. It's just basically a pair of binoculars that flies. I've owned binoculars for quite a while. They didn't seem to bother you.
Listen. I don't know. The end, I guess.
Okay. I am not trying to replace you with this drone that I just found.
Well, the thing is that it's really sneaky, right? Which is like my favorite
It's
thing.
not that sneaky is the thing. It's as sneaky as I can make it, which is not very much.
Name is stealth, which is like, sneaky.
Okay, but like...
Also, you didn't give it a name. And that's just
why would I
weird.
give it a name?
Because...
It's flying binoculars.
Yeah, well, everything deserves a name.
I think.
Would you like to name it?
Name it
Would that
Jeremy?
make you feel better?
It's yours. Okay, I'm naming it Roland.
Wait, didn't you name it Jeremy? I thought you named it Jeremy.
Oh, I maybe did name it Jeremy.
Yeah.
I've been awake for 45 consecutive hours.
Again? Yeah, no, I get it. I just
Listen, if you want to be in charge of it,
I don't.
I think
I'll
it would
crash
aid-
it.
I also will crash it. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I mean, I'll
Very quiet flying binoculars, I think, will serve you much better than they'll serve me.
okay, but like it doesn't beep or anything, right? It's not gonna give me away.
No, it's the very quiet flying binoculars. But that's it.
All right.
Here. I
take
think this one is altitude. Maybe. You gotta be careful about the distance. It's very strict about the 50 feet.
Okay. Well, that's not hard.
Yeah, so as he hands it over to you, it's kind of in that like kind of flat, slight with like almost like a flat rectangle, but it's kind of like slightly pointed at the top, and Roland, as you detach it from connecting to your Omni tool, the little hollow display disappears, and then just like a little like stick pops out of the back of it, and you pull it out. It's about say like half an inch wide, 2 to 3 inches long, little stick remote packs that like you are able to kind of like press on different parts of it, and it like goes up, goes down, turns around, that kind of thing. And it kind of like the stick remote like has a little hollow projector that like gives you the feed of the camera.
Oh. Well, this is kind of cool. It can like see around corners and stuff. That's nice.
Yeah, like in a roundabout way.
Well, I mean, you send it out there, it looks around a corner, and then you don't have to stick your head out, right? So, like...
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna crash this, Roland.
That's fine. I was also gonna crash it.
But, okay. I, like, catch it as it falls out of the air.
Whoop! Catch it, slot the remote back into it, and then put it in your pack.
Okay, good. I'm sorry I snapped at you about the car thing. I'd been awake for 30 hours and I reacted poorly to something that was not really your fault.
Man, you guys are like, I think, becoming like not bad people. I'm really proud of you.
Why do you say that? Say more about that. I'm intrigued.
Pax, what did you get on your? Did you say you went with Roland or Kinsey? I forget.
I went with Kinsey.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you and Roland did, and so I was gonna be like, let me make sure this isn't bad blood coming. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, because like we were in Sildina, and oh my god, we didn't get paid in Sildina.
Oh hey, we didn't get paid in Sildina. That's so nice.
Anyways, I let the Spice Boy negotiate me down.
The nice spice guy?
Yeah, the nice Spice Boy.
Okay. That's also nice.
I know.
That's like a good thing to do.
It's very confusing. It's a strange time. Do you
Because...
think I'm allergic to the Badlands? Is that it?
No.
No.
I mean, I don't know, maybe, but like that's not what the change in behavior
No,
is.
I was hoping you were going to say yes, and then I could just sort of latch onto that, but that's a dumb thing.
No, so here's the thing, is like I am definitively a worse person than I was when I started. But like I think like all things are balancing out because you and Kinsey are like way better people than when I met you.
So what you're saying is it's your fault?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm like soaking up your badness like a sponge, and then like, you know, eventually I'll go on like a murder spree probably, so this is a bad example, but like if it
but I'll
like,
have absorbed your goodness via osmosis to the point that perhaps I could talk you down.
Maybe, and then it could start over again and it could go the other way.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like, so basically in Australian, everything's got like two sides, right? Mm-hmm. And so like there's like a cosmic balance that like everyone should try to make. And the thing is that maybe we balance each other in, I guess, like 3 directions. Because there's 3 of us. Or maybe I'm so good that I balance both of you.
I mean, I know science. I've seen scales. It could be that.
Right. Yeah. That's why I'm turning a little bad, because it's like, you know, like I killed somebody. And then I killed a lot of people. I'd never killed anybody before, you know.
They were trying to kill us.
Right, no. Which is why it was justified. But like you don't rob everyone you know now. So like me
Well,
killing a couple of bad people is like a pretty good trade-off.
I didn't used to rob everyone I knew as like a matter of principle. It was more the people I knew were people that I were robbing. It's it's an important distinction, I think.
Okay.
So Pax, you picked Kinsey.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
One success.
Kinsey, you get to learn something about Pax. At some point during one of these kind of more relaxed days of travel, you and Pax have a moment to chat, and you learn something about her.
Do you want the last of this jerky?
Umbra looks a little hurt.
No. Why?
I just, I'm trying to take care of everybody because I feel weird that Umbra's not doing very well and we almost got murdered by a night dragon.
I don't think that that's right. I mean, I appreciate it. You trying to take care of everybody. That's really nice for me because I don't have to. And then but I don't think Umbra is not doing a good job. Umbra has done a really good job. I mean, so is slower than the car. And does seem to have a couple mishaps every once in a while. But it's a jackalope, right? It's not. He's not.
No, I just feel like he got pushed a little bit too hard being on the road like this. And I'm trying to. Doing well as in health wise, not. He's doing as well as he can in the Badlands, I guess.
Oh. Right.
I say as I feed him the last piece of jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, no.
How was it? Well, no. Right. What?
Go ahead. Go. You go.
No.
You go.
Me? Oh. I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, you fed Umbra the jerky, and then something clicked in your brain, and you were going to ask something.
Oh yeah, you were really badass with the gun and the shield and everything. That was really cool. And I was thinking about that, and then I was like, why? What's the point? Why do you name everything after the people that you killed to get them? What is the? Is it you're trying to remember the people who died? Is it just for the sake of ease, so you know where you got them, or is it just a quirky thing that you do?
Oh, well, I don't have to kill them. I mean, the bow is called Kinsey.
Right. I didn't know that. You named it after me.
Yeah, you gave it to me.
I guess I did. So it's like a place of origin kind of thing.
Sure. Things deserve names.
Why?
What
I
if
mean,
they-
things.
What if they have feelings?
Why would you think they do?
Why would you think they don't?
Well, from how I experience the world, usually the only things that have feelings are the ones that are able to communicate them, I guess.
Yeah, but I knew a guy once who could knew of a guy once who could talk to rocks and stuff. And
Oh, really?
so now it's well, what if it's not just Manifest is filled with weird mysterious shadow monsters and birds that will you'll never see coming, and the ground will try to eat you alive.
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't luminescence get in a bow and make it have feelings? feelings? What if like the whole world has feelings? So like instead of like being like it definitely doesn't, why don't you just like be polite and give it a name? And the worst thing that happens is that you look dumb. But we've already had that discussion. So like
Well, I'm not too worried about looking dumb, as you know, I think you probably already know.
nah, you look okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But I get the feeling if everything has feelings and it's not just people, animals, plants, that means that I have probably hurt a lot more feelings than I'm aware of.
It's Kinsey's nightmare world.
So here's the thing. It's not that they definitely do have feelings. It's that you don't know that they don't. But like my like weapons and even like my pillow, right? Like that's something that I treasure, and like maybe my affection gives it life or like personality or something. And so like
that's not totally out of realm of possibility.
Right. I don't know about like maybe he just like really liked rocks, the guy who could talk to rocks, but like or maybe he was a big liar, I guess. But like why not take the risk?
When he talked to the rocks, did he like tell you that they were talking to him, like they told him how they were feeling, or
there was the guy, there was like he was the uncle of a guy that I knew.
Uncle of a guy, right? So no relation to you.
No.
He's an uncle. You knew of a guy who had an uncle. Who had a friend who had an anyway.
So no, my friend had an illuminated uncle.
Oh.
And my friend said that he could like do weird stuff, like talk to rocks and stuff, which I thought was weird. But like, I don't know, like Cho could see things like a million miles away. So
I mean, admittedly, that's a lot cooler than talking to rocks, but yes.
Excuse me, rocks are there forever. They know so much, maybe.
I literally have no argument.
Anyway, so like if you are going to rely on something like the knives or my guns or the shield or the bow or the drone or the car, or right? Like why not give it a name? Why not name it? What's the worst thing that happens?
Do you think if I name my guns, maybe they'll stop fucking me over in a combat?
Maybe. Also, maybe if you like to
shot.
Practice sometime.
I would say, if I had to put my skills on a scale, that my shooting targets and things is about like the 13 out of 17.
Sure.
16 if I use my rifle. Well, I mean, I have to fix it, but you know, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm. No, but you got to use like moving targets and stuff, right? Like you gotta.
It's been a while since I've been hunting. Like that's fair.
A two-handed weapon, which is like. Gotta be honest.
Not everybody can just heft a giant fucking machine gun onto their hip and start shooting things like it's a massive destructive baby.
That's funny. That's a funny image. Oh, that's me. Ha.
It's you. Great. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, you know, you did really good on the jog. Like, maybe we can get you up to snuff.
All right. I'm humble enough to admit that maybe there could be some improvements made.
I mean, you're also just like really better at a lot of things than me, but like.
You don't have to say that. I mean, there's so many things you're better at.
Right. Well, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure Umbra would like probably eat me. Right. But instead you made best friends, so like. That you are good at things too, and you're a way better person than before. Just like I was telling Roland, when I met you, you were like basically a sociopath, and like now you're not. And that's really good.
I do feel like I'm slowly improving in my interactions with people.
Right? I haven't yelled at you for a couple of days, so that's pretty good. Oh no, we yelled at each other at the car crash, which is I guess a couple of days ago. So yeah.
I mean, but it was a quick shouting match, and I immediately apologized. So I feel like that's progress.
No, you immediately apologized. That's awesome.
And Roland and I have been on pretty good terms for quite a while. I mean, I think we're really striking up a fine friendship.
Oh no!
Oh, great.
Kinsey, what did you roll?
Can I give Seth a grit? That's maybe the best segue of shoot the shit I've ever heard.
Kinsey, what did you roll?
No hits. I had no hits.
Okay, take a grit. Kinsey and Roland, you guys have bad blood. Something bad happens at some point during this journey. A few days of quiet travel. What do you think it is?
I feel like Kinsey might really want us. Not to turn around and try and find the injured Snallygaster, but maybe just to leave a trail to see if it follows us, and if it does attack, maybe we could finish it off.
Okay. Walk me through this plan of yours, Kinsey. I need you to say all the words in the plan again. Just say them again.
So we've got Umbra in the covered trailer.
Mhm.
We're in the car. Pax has the night vision goggles, or you have them, I suppose. No, she's driving. No, you should be driving, right? So you're driving. You have the night vision goggles. Pax and I are out looking for, and maybe, I don't know, we could make some heat vision goggles or something. I don't know if we have time for that. But as long as we're on the lookout, I can drop little bits of food just so if it decides to smell and easy food, it could kind of follow us. But it's injured enough, and we have more of those flashy, bangy arrows that maybe we can blind it again, take it down, kill it, and drag the carcass with us to Tobias Station. Because we can make a pretty penny. Not just a pretty penny, it would also be amazing to be the slayers of the Night Dragon.
Okay. So what you want to do is you want to take what has turned into a relatively pleasant drive and just start throwing food out of the back of our car. Now, I'm not an outdoorsman, but there are other predators besides a Snallygaster, right?
There are.
And remind me, did we very badly wound any of them recently? Did that happen?
I mean,
Was I asleep? Did I miss that?
No, we didn't.
Okay, so your plan is to throw food out and hope that the worst predator out there is the one that comes.
Look,
So
I
we
see the hole.
Kill it.
I see the hole in my plan, but you don't have to say it as though I'm a complete moron.
The singular hole.
Okay.
You see the one hole. The singular.
There might be more predators, which I have a gun and I am pretty good at trapping them. I still have 47 jumping yucky seeds. If maybe I could accelerate the growth. Anyway, I don't want to talk about another plan just in case I might have messed it up. I don't want you to speak at me.
Kinsey, when's the last time you did maintenance on your rifle?
I haven't since it broke.
Uh-huh. That seems important, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm not the best shooter, right?
Okay.
I'm not a great
Fine.
gunman.
You know
but,
what? Scrap the whole plan. I don't care. I don't want to trap it. I don't want to make us any kind of money. I don't want you to have cool feathers and shit for your fucking vehicle. We'll just scrap the whole plan. It's fine. It's just fine.
Great.
Kinsey storms off, looks at his beat-up rifle a little dejectedly.
I feel I feel like I've gotten everything I wanted out of that conversation.
I say from a distance.
And that's where we'll end the session.
Nice.
All right. So I don't believe anyone in the Discord had any questions for us. I'll double check there. If any of you in the chat have questions for us, of course, toss them our way right now. And just looking at fantastic stuff in the general chat on the Discord. So if you have any questions in the chat, toss them in. While we're doing that, we know Kinsey got 2 XP for 2 triggers. Did anyone else hit any of their advanced triggers? Or Kinsey, did you hit any more of yours?
I don't believe so. Because I don't think I did not hesitate to commit to a dangerous course of action. And I don't think patience was rewarded. Unless I'm wrong about that.
I mean, you immediately went running off to find your jackalope while there was a snallygaster hunting us.
Yeah.
I suppose that's true. You know what?
Yeah.
That's fair.
It doesn't.
All right, so
it doesn't. The trigger doesn't speak to motive. It speaks to a lack of hesitation, and you didn't hesitate. You immediately were like, "Cool, jackalope's out there. Let's go find it." Instead of like, "It'll probably find us. Let's get out of here."
Right.
So that's
and
one.
then
For
patience. Sure. Yeah, I don't think patience, unless fixing the car, but that just happened so quickly.
Yeah, I don't think that's not necessarily patience. That was just like necessary, right?
Right.
I mean, we just drove long enough until the snallygaster gave up.
But that's not necessarily patience. That was active. You were actively
actively waiting for it to give up.
actively avoiding it.
Sure.
Okay, so that's 3 for Kinsey. Pax and Roland, any from you?
Someone was threatened with violence.
Yep.
I am invincible, but if you don't take that into account, I put myself in harm's way for no reason than to protect others.
Yep.
It's true.
I think the other 2 are a stretch. You take something you want but don't deserve. The only thing I took was credit for making Roland and Kinsey better people.
No.
And an open fight is avoided through underhanded means, which
I mean, you guys used like blinding shot and net shot to like get away from the thing, but that's not really underhanded. That's just tools of the fight.
I mean,
Sure.
the snallygaster turned invisible in the shadow to grab Kinsey with no recourse.
Well, no, that started an open fight.
yeah.
But it almost didn't.
I think the only thing is potentially like Roland pseudo gaslighting Kinsey into not going into a fight.
Nah.
Yeah. So I think it's 2 out of 4 for me.
All right, Roland, do you got any?
A piece of gear was modified or repaired.
Yep.
I mean, I helped someone solve a problem using my wits when I built a trailer for Umbra, who cannot keep up with the car.
Absolutely, yeah.
Someone could be a rabbit. I don't think I talked. I don't feel like Pax and I were in enough of a fight to count that as talking someone out of conflict with me. But if you want to hand it to me, I'll take it.
Let's see. Am I feeling generous? I am.
See, the thing is I just have to wax and wane into fights between the 2 people I'm definitely with.
Is that 7 or 8? Is that 7?
That's 8.
8.
I don't know if there was any time I pushed my luck despite a clear chance to fail.
No, I mean, you did dangerous stuff, but like nothing was like, oh no, something bad is happening. You're like, it's cool, I got it. That never happened.
Sure. I mean, again, I will say the last time I drove through the night and got a little bit hurt, a bird did kill me.
Oh wait,
so...
no. Because that's from the gambler tree, right? So absolutely drinking that tonic, not knowing what it would do to you.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely.
It was you drank a mystery tonic. You're like, I scanned it enough to know it will heal me. That's fine, and you just drink it.
I think what it was Hofstadter had labeled it healing.
Like, it could have made you blind.
I could drive in a straight line blind.
It could have made you paralyzed and blind.
As long as my foot's on the gas and my hands are holding the wheel steady.
Great.
And that mentality is why it gives you an XP. All right, so that's not an XP for everybody. Cool. I do see one question in the chat, which is how effective a canvas top would a snallygaster hide make for the Kingslayer? It would show that Roland has exquisite taste.
There's one problem though, which is I refuse to drive a convertible that is not a hardtop convertible.
Also, I suppose there'd be a decent chance that it would catch on fire in the sunlight.
Oh, hey. That's funny.
You're like, it's beautiful. I love it. And you drive it out of the garage. No. So I guess the answer is not effective. Not a very good canvas top at all.
It's not very effective.
Nice.
All right, sweet. So no other questions coming our way. So that is where we're going to end the stream for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. We had a great time. Hopefully you did too. We will be back on June 30th, Tuesday, June 30th. And in the meantime, keep an eye on the Kickstarter for cool new updates. And if you missed any of the past episodes, keep an eye on the YouTube. We're going to keep dropping episodes into that every day as long as we can. And we'll catch it up. And everyone will be able to have seen everything.
Gasp.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Bye.
Good night.